Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Vibes grow. New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand Rising, everybody. It's a beautiful day today. Yes, it is. It's a very beautiful day. All right, y'all. It's another day with me not knowing what the hell's going on with my Facebook and all this good stuff. It's still not letting me do. Let me share it to everybody. I don't know why they got it locked. Is anybody out there know why that there's a lock on my Facebook that I didn't put there? And I can't share out my stuff, all my good goodness to everybody. Through my Facebook page like it normally would. It was sent out to my groups and my posts and all that stuff. I'm not blocked. They didn't send me anything to say that I was blocked or anything, but there's a lock. You know, they always say there's more than one way to skin the cat, right? That's why I'm up here on other devices or like YouTube, you know, sending it out to the people. from IG and all that good stuff. I just don't know why I'm doing what I'm supposed to. Y'all know I can't have see, but I got it big enough or where I could see it. And my normal routine, how my normal clicks is, you know the stuff by heart, and the stuff not there that I'm trying to go in to make it public to everybody. So if y'all could just take a time to share the video, share the Morning Max show. This is Wellness Wednesday. And I got a really nice topic that I think that we should talk about or hear about today. So share some news with y'all. So if y'all could just take a second and click the buttons and share it with 10 people. If everybody that hears this share it with at least 10 people, that we out there. Maybe some of y'all are in the same groups that I'm into. I'm into like the how we do it in the DMV group and stuff like that, and other groups to let people know this is what we do. And if y'all are in any other groups that and that's how I met you, like Palmer Park, Parkdale Alumni, all those other groups that I'm part of, could you send it to the group? Because I'm trying to send it, but it's just not working for me right now. But anywho, the show must go on. One monkey ain't gonna stop no show. And like I said, if you like, comment, and share, or if you just like it and send it to the people, say hi when you stop by, whatever. I'm just trying to get it out there, y'all. And for some reason, my public page, because y'all know I got a big public page, I'm trying to send it to all the people. And it's a lock on it, and it ain't letting me send it to none of the people. I have to go in individually and send it to the people. And that could be somewhat cumbersome. But I'm still smiling. I'm still going to have a fabulous day. And I'm still going to do my show. Look, and the information that we're going to pass on today is some information that most of y'all need. If not all of y'all need to know this stuff that I'm going to pass on to you today. So y'all come on and get in here and get into that goodness. Yes. All right. I don't know if y'all been watching the news. I have to take a peek at it every now and then. I don't stay on it like I used to and sit there in the fear. So I watch it to be informed. After I'm informed or caught up abreast of what they say is going on in America, I pass it right along. Okay. I see the weather. I need to know the weather and the traffic. Okay. And then a little bit of what's going on in the politics and all that stuff. Excuse me, allergies and stuff, all that. But I'm breathing. And thanks to that boom boom stick, like y'all just don't know. They need to contact me because I need to do a commercial. Because I'm a real person who took the product for real and received phenomenal results from it. And I could pass it on proudly because I gave my son one. I said, boom, try this, boo. Because he has sinus and allergies and nose. I turned around. He done ordered him some. I was like, you know it worked. He was like, Mom, you ain't never lied. I lied about a lot of stuff. I lie about a lot of stuff. But I ain't lie about that. I don't lie. I may exaggerate the truth. Exaggerate it. There's a difference from just lying and exaggerating the truth. The truth is already there. You just tug on it and pull on it and stretch it from here to here, like trying to get in the jacket. I had to exaggerate it, like to get some things on sometimes. So the truth is there, and when we tug and pull on it, it's called an exaggeration. Now, when you lie, is when you make it out of nowhere. Poof. Ain't even no lie, ain't no basis. You done made the basis and told a lie. That's what you do. I may exaggerate the truth, but I ain't gonna make up no stuff just to make up some stuff. Okay. So now that we know the two. Okay, we got that. But this is not an exaggeration. This is not even a tug. California. They know they got that little group of protesters out there. Now, I say a little group because, quote unquote, that's what the news is calling it, a little group, right? They're around there, around the federal building. They said that this group is so small that it ain't even big as the Black Lives Matter group. That the Black Lives Matter group was way bigger than what these group of people is protesting against ICE. They're protesting against the ICE people coming to their jobs and stuff like that, jumping out on them, right? These are the people that's legally here and all that good stuff, because the people that's here illegally not going to be out there protesting because they scared, for one. So these are the people that's against what they're doing and here, right, in California. Now you got your federal, you got your state, and you got your local police department out there. What I mean, you got for whatever county they're in, the police, you got your sheriff's department out there, and you got even your state police out there, right? You would think that would be enough to be able to subdue it, but no. Our president said no, it's not enough, because they ain't hushing that noise down. They ain't quieting it down. They ain't, containing the little problem. So, of course, he deployed the National Guards. National Guards went out there. Okay, you would think that you got your federal, state, local, and National Guard out there, right? That they would be able to do whatever. Baby, why he call out the Marines? Who is that? Is that them people that go Yahoo or whatever? Rahul? They go. This is like we at war within the state, and the mayor, the governor, is so upset with the president. It's like, and I'm gonna sue you and all of this. Now, when have you known the government to sue the government? I'm just like, and all like, this is some shiznit. This is crazy. So
do you mean hoorah or hoorah?
Yeah. Hey, David Green.
It's funny, man. She was just gonna have it in the back forever.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was look. Let me say it. Good morning.
Introduction.
My super producer, my panel. I was just still talking about the news. I usually bring y'all in after the news, but y'all come on in because I need your help. Because I'm trying to hoorah. Thank you, David. Molly Moe, David Green in the house. Our super producer and my favorite. You could be a co-host, David. Something like a co-host. Am I something like a co-host, David Green?
Finally.
You could be something like a co-host on my show, David. Okay. And super producer Big Money Trey is on the way.
Follow the Morning Mike Show page, and we ain't got to worry about our personal page. We got a show page. Y'all just go follow the page. It's open public. Look out. I posted on my page as well.
It's called The Morning Mac Show. And Slicky just called me, was like, where y'all at? He said, I'm on Molly page. I can't find it. So just give us some time, y'all. And it'll come up. And I'm sorry to all the people that's used to me sending it to the page or used to me sending it a certain way. I apologize in advance, but now I guess that means it's time for me. They locked it for me.
What they lying about on the news again?
To do it. Okay, so like I was saying, they deployed the Marines out there. I was like, they deployed this. It's about to be some shiznit because all of the other police, they got all the cops out there. This is in California. And our president also said that if any protesters come to the DMV this Saturday when he doing his thing, y'all will be dealt with. So make sure y'all keep that mess out there in California because we don't need no smoke.
Yeah, keep it out there.
Keep it out there. Don't come here with it. Don't come because we don't want it. We don't want it here. We're gonna be like, no. Y'all know that episode of Barbershop when they was getting ready to throw the rock and Cedric the Entertainer was like, no. We're gonna be like telling y'all, no, take that shit back out there. We don't need all of that to control us out here.
Yeah.
They I don't know what they're talking about that they're doing out there. But like I said, they're not illegal people because everybody would have been rounded up. But if the government take their time and go through all of the crowd and everything, it'll disperse. If they start saying, "What's your name? What's your number?" like they doing and threatening to deport them, they'll disperse. They'll be like, "Oh, we going home. We ain't got time to get caught up in that legal rigmarole, all that legal jargon. So I don't think the protesters are protesting ICE. So, so we cool over here. So we try to have a good time Saturday. For those of y'all who gonna go, I hope you have a good time with the military out there. Look, there's gonna be 250,000 troops. They come in there, they're already in, and they've already closed some federal buildings down so they can use as barracks for the troops. So 250,000, come act like you want to if you want to. And he already said, I ain't playing.
Let's see some of these protesters, because they just be lying on. Not we got TikTok. There's some of the things they going out LA. They stash shit on flat police cars. LA just on flat.
Is that photos from it? You know, I gotta make it big.
Video. There's people out there. You know that. So the news always gonna push their narrative. This is one.
Now you know that ain't even from.
Good morning, you all.
Ain't that from Black Lives Matter? Ain't that the same car they set on fire? Ain't that same one?
Now you can make it whatever story you want for it. No,
I feel like everything that's going on in LA right now was a
big time out.
Wait a minute. Let's show another clip from what's going on in LA.
Yeah, he was going to some random joints. I don't like to listen to the news. I hear some real people because they keep waving this flag, which is not US either. I don't get nothing. I don't understand nothing.
Right. Something about these LA riots do not sit right with me. I'm talking about the timing, the energy, the way everything is being covered. It's like they knew this was coming, y'all. I know y'all seen the videos of like piles of bricks being staged at certain locations before chaos happened. Then when the chaos started, those same bricks that was placed everywhere, people started using them. So it started out peaceful, and then all of a sudden, boom, it escalated to this. You had people throwing rocks, bricks, waving flags. You had some people in ski masks, you don't even know if they were really there for the protest or was they just trying to entice some shit. Whatever the case may be, it caused Donald Trump to bring in 2,000 troops. But some people say this was too early for them to do that. Look, I'm not trying to say it's staged. I'm just saying, what are they benefiting from this? Why now? And why did it start in LA? Why are certain groups that's involved in organizing are some of the same groups that's involved in political funding? People got to start understanding. We all seen this playbook before. We got to stop acting like history haven't shown us. Escalate tension, then show the chaos, and then push for a solution that nobody asked for. I'm keeping a close eye on this because, like I said, I just got a funny feeling that this is going to start some new surveillance or some new policies, y'all. Yeah. That's probably been in the making. Y'all, stay tuned. It's kicking off in LA, but I'm hearing it might go as far as the DMV, Texas, New York. I don't know.
We ain't having this shit.
And he ain't lying. And I feel the same way that young fella feel. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way. We don't need it down here. We don't want it. And it's not welcome. We fine with doing what we doing. David Green, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's somehow introducing that martial law.
Everybody keeps saying that. Then we know that we gotta stop it. And if they know it, why don't they go somewhere and sit the fuck down? I mean, excuse me. Why don't they go somewhere and sit down? Stop it. And like Molly said, they waving a flag. This is over here in America. They're not in their country. Go to your country and protest and do that or whatever. Wherever that flag is from. What flag was that anyway? Do anybody know?
Pakistan or one of them joints.
That ain't even got anything to do with
They got a lot of bullshit with them, but that's just crisis actors. That's what people don't understand. Trump, all the motherfuckers, they playing each other. They using each other to play this game to get more control over the citizens. So all they did is they caused a protest. They already set up the protest, put other people out there to rally things up. You think regular people be out there just setting shit on fire, busting police car windows? Because regular citizens, you like, I can't really afford too much. You might get one or two.
I want to know where, because that looked like the same skateboarder. Wasn't that a skateboard dude taking his skateboard, bashing out the window?
It's a white boy.
They did that same. If y'all go back and find that Black Lives Matter, that looked like that same, car, that skateboard. And with AI, you showed me yourself, Molly, that CGI, you could make whatever car, any kind of state car. But they did that with Black Lives Matter. And I was like, and I can't even see. And I remember the boy with the skateboard hitting a police car like that. First of all, why? Woo! You ain't gonna be busting out no police car like that.
They got paid to do that. They got paid to cause chaos. So they out there jumping on cars with masks on. They got masks on because most of them probably young police officers. So they don't want this to get back on them years later. It's like, if you fighting for something, why hide your face? Why not let the people know? Like, this what I'm fighting for. They hide their face because they out there doing bullshit. Now they trying to bring it to DC, but all it's gonna do is say Trump gonna be like, oh, we're gonna need martial law. We need more cops because this what they doing, and then that's gonna be the solution. And people gonna fight for it. Yeah, no, Trump, right? We need that. They tearing up our city. No, we need that, Trump, because they fucking up things. They doing this and doing that. It just, they got the city where the world divided right now. And it's sad that we fall for the same shit over and over.
That's why the mayor of governor of California said that he is suing the government. He is suing. He said, because this is some bullshit, Alardo. He was like, we got it obtained, and they may have got it. And it just looked like to us, to the rest of the world, that they don't got it. So I don't know what's true or what's not true. Like I said, if we don't have an on-the-ground reporter out there that's actually out there with them that can see what's going on, we really don't know.
We do. These are citizens that's posting. These real people. I know what CGI and what ain't. These people out there going live on their page.
Well, I want to see what's happening, because like that boy said, he's watching too.
Yeah, we watching from people that live down there posted. We ain't waiting to DC News tell us what happened. You just go type in LA. You can follow people from LA. You can see what they post in LA. You can just hashtag protest LA and everything out there is going on. They'll show you right there live. It's like you at a comedy show and you put out your phone and you just start to go live. Yeah. Now you put us into that environment. You ain't everybody was motherfucking on that work AI and CGI like that. The regular dude down the street.
So at night, everybody just disperse.
I don't know where these people going. They probably, if they set up, I know they got a plan. And once they leave here, they gonna go A, B. Like, these people ain't just doing. And then the cameras be set up. Why one cameraman ain't getting knocked upside the head yet? I'm just saying, they just out there just catching all this good footage for the news. Like, nah, they know what they doing. I don't know. I'm just not falling for it no more. I see the playbook now. What up, Trey?
Ain't nothing. I don't know how the hell David Funny Man Green in here before I am. What the hell going on in the world?
It's Wellness Wednesday. And
I know, but
I remember the Rodney King incident. They didn't even have to deploy the Marines out there for that. They handled that. So
they whipped his ass in the middle of the street.
Everybody was riding, looting and everything.
They got a perfect aerial shot of the street when he was getting his ass whipped and everything.
And Reginald Denning, the truck driver, and they calmed that stuff down. And this has been going on for how long now?
Mm-hmm.
So you on point with them perfect camera angles and shit, Molly. Like, untouched camera. Why your shit ain't rattling? You should be, ain't you running around like everybody else did? How you got perfectly still shot like you on the news or something? You got perfectly still shot that ain't going nowhere. But nah.
He walking, he moving, they zooming in and out and everything.
Yeah, goddamn it.
I can't do it.
That's
what's up, Slicky and Josh?
People looking.
Lee in here, Slicky Woo in here.
On the first 20 minutes,
Come man.
Molly Woo getting high. You getting high, Slicky?
Woo, woo, woo. Oh, so he's Slicky Woo in here, so that means because he was saying that Molly, it wasn't even showing on Molly page. He was looking for the show.
Page. I'm not live on my page. Y'all all need to start worrying about that and just keep on with the show. We live on the Morning Max Show page.
So the Morning Max Show.
We on the Trade page, Slicky Trade page. We live on Facebook and YouTube.
David Green, are you sharing it? The link too?
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm saying it because we may be in the same groups because the people that I've shared to, they usually looking for me. Look, y'all go to the Morning Max. I can't even say because they ain't even watching. They ain't even here. But I'm on IG. I went down the IG, my little IG list, and I'm going back to the YouTube, so I'll broadcast it from there. And from YouTube, I'll send it to Facebook and try to do the thing from there. Hey, we're gonna get televised. This ain't like the riots.
What's up, Jesse? What's up, bro?
Like ice shake down. Come over here if you want to and shake me down. Hey,
what's up, Chow? I see you in here.
So
Chow.
I don't know about shit coming outside. Oh, there is still work.
You down. Shake me down, honey.
Chow.
Yeah, but them people, like she was saying, a lot of them crisis actors, the people that's a part of the whole movement. Like this been way before Sandy Hook and all that stuff. They've been having some of the same faces that you'll see in other incidences, and nah. A lot of this is a game. This is a big game.
Yeah. It's something.
And they're gonna be traveling too. They're gonna be traveling to other areas.
Just like that boy said, they come DC. We ain't with that. Don't bring it to the DMV area because we don't want it. We don't want it. We don't.
Isn't that thing today or wasn't it yesterday or something like that? Somewhere around something going on in DC where this was come up here have a parade.
Oh, they've been doing it. They putting up the gates on the parade route. It was
but when it start? When does it start? When does the parade happen?
Saturday.
Yeah, this shit going.
Yeah.
They're gonna use DC to get some shit started.
Yeah. Another clip when they putting up the brick, they be setting out all these bricks just randomly out.
Come from the construction sites.
They no damn construction. They setting them out there.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers in the street. It be funny. Yeah. We give them an answer. Like shit.
Hell, their own people. It's crazy to me.
I'm just happy people don't be scared out that motherfucker and let people know what's going on for real.
Yeah.
They know they get
our
own news. I like this. It's a clip from 2020 and 2025, and somebody posted similarities. I like that they did that.
2020 and 2025.
Yeah, and they posting the different, like basically similarities that this the same shit they was doing in 2020. Let me see what this shit crazy though. Man, more people need to post. They just setting bricks out. They were just sitting up right where they was protesting at. Bricks just laid out. That's not random.
Yeah, you know.
Look, that's exactly where they was protesting at, and that's why they got all them bricks. They knew where they was gonna end up at and everything. This is weird. I'm sorry.
Is it weird or is it staged? Is it live or is it memorized?
It's staged, but it's weird that people still follow this shit.
And don't see that it's a game. Yeah, a lot of people aren't So
Yeah,
the fact that we're still going over this in 2025, it kind of makes it like, damn, we behind.
yeah,
And they're supposed to be the Olympics supposed to be there next year. So do that got something to do with that as well?
I never know with these people. I don't know. They try and build smart cities, so
Or smart city's gonna stop its own riders, huh?
yeah. Arizona already got some city out there. They don't got no cars. Like they don't drive nothing. Everything within walking distance. And the only way to live there, you can't own a car. So they ain't got no parking, none of that. You just walk or ride a bike.
No, that's a setup. Like shit, you can never escape if something happens.
Yeah,
But what if you gotta go out of town or gotta go with it? You
yeah.
know,
You can call an Uber to you to come pick you up and stuff, but you can't
they
live
take you to
in
your
there.
car, your vehicle, or your
You can't
vehicle's
move
parked
there.
outside the town.
Yeah, man, Arizona. That shit crazy. A lot of rich people been moving in.
Mm. And I guess it's a servant city, huh? Everything is a walking distance. You don't want to walk, they walk it to you. Hey, check
Yeah.
it out. It sound nice until it's not. It sound nice until it's not. Then if you gotta escape, you gotta run on your
All gang.
feet. Woo! I tell you, it's just I don't know what's gonna come. I don't know if I'll even be allowed to see what's happening in the future. What they priming up everything. But I know just stay strong, y'all. Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Curfews in effect. Yeah, I think they already put the curfews in effect. So, and anybody caught outside the curfew, I don't know.
That'd be so funny. Put grown people on curfew. You gotta be.
Mhm.
I'm outside. What time y'all gotta be in?
You sitting on the porch waving at your neighbors like back in the old time. Everybody be on their front porch as the dust starts settling in. Families be on their front porch. Hey, what's going on? You see everybody coming home. Hey.
You don't go in no hood talking about some. Hey y'all,
Right? No, none of that shit.
it's nice area. It's curfew.
Everybody hanging out the window. We can't come outside till our government get home. We can't be waiting for the government.
You can't go outside. That's when the vid pop out.
Yeah, nah.
Catch it after hours. Like what? So during the day I'm good. Yeah. Night I'm not. Yeah. Like how that makes sense. But it's done on the schedule.
Sound like sinners. I ain't watched the shit yet.
Yeah.
Don't come out your house at nighttime. You're gonna get got.
Yeah. It sound like when the sun go down, I need to be in the house.
Sundown town.
Sundown coast in country. That's crazy. Sundown.
It is though.
That's a real sundown town. They used to tell black folks
Everybody.
certain towns don't get caught in certain towns.
Don't.
Get caught in sundown
Don't.
towns.
So areas in North Carolina and stuff, you better not.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely better not. I got cousins.
Disappear at sundown town. You know, so I got a great aunt, and they looking for her now. She got disappeared at 26, and they don't never know what happened to her. She just disappeared.
Never know. They never found
They
out.
never found out what happened to her. They never found no body, no traces, no breadcrumbs, no nothing. A whole person.
Auntie got low on y'all. She got tired of this family. Hey, you know what?
You know what? Fuck this.
I'm
getting the fuck out of here.
But she didn't take nothing with her. So
you clothes as a family. You know, you like at least find you or something. But,
that was on my grandmother's side. James Carrington, his sister, that was his name. His sister disappeared. She was something Carrington. She wasn't married and had no kids.
They put y'all on a curfew. Chow say, "Oh man, they trying to put us on a curfew."
Chow, look, cause you from Jamaica, Queens. Don't forget the home of 50
Cent. They take your Jamaican queen ass in the house, niggas. 10 o'clock. Show tonight. You good? You got a comedy show. You good? You good then? Long
You and 50 Cent get in the house. Both of y'all get in the house. What
But
you
you and your children get in the house.
talking about?
maybe
Take
just
you
a
and your children go in the
side.
house. Go in the house.
Right.
So I hope and pray it don't get like that.
Fuck the curfew. I do what I want, bitch.
Hey,
That's stopping your liberal your liberal rights. Your
hey,
natural
hey,
given right
hey, Trey,
is to be able to walk
Yeah,
from
what's
one
up?
end of the city to the next
can
if
you
you want
send
to.
Farrah the link? For some reason, it's saying unable to send.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. I got you. Hold on.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you know, so that's wild. That's wild. Like I said, they have the federal, state, and local, and the sheriff department out there, and from other counties, surrounding counties, to come out, and they couldn't do nothing with them people, or did they even try? I think the police just sit back watching. I
No,
really do. I don't
they
think they
were
trying.
the police. It's the police versus the police. It's like your buddy got to play undercover, and he's acting like
I
he's
just
a
sent it
gangster.
to her.
You're not gonna whoop his ass. You might play a little bit, but at the end of the day, they know you one of them. So when they out there throwing shit and hitting the police cars, police normally react different. They just getting past them. They acting like the victims. Like, no, see, we trying to retain ourselves. We trying not to hit back, and they fucking the cops up. So it's like, nah. And then if some people that's not, they swinging their ass. I'm like, hold up, you skipped over them two dudes and you swing a girl. I'm like, nah, that's weird. That's letting you know them his buddies. Like, they cool, but bitch, I don't know you. Like, nah.
You like, I know Molly, but I don't know you. Hey,
Like,
man, I'm Funny Man Green. It's me. It's DG.
Yeah, me too.
I
No,
don't know you.
I don't know what area specifically. Is it a national or is it certain regions they trying to
I
put martial law?
think oh
Well,
shit, I think it's the spots they've been protesting so far.
right.
All right.
So
Now,
you
if
good?
they do that,
They
because
coming here though.
like who when they deploy the National Guard, that's enough. I ain't never heard them not to have to go as far as on the same. This is American soil. Had to go get the Marines too. You had to get the what they say, David. You had to get the hoo-ha people.
Hoorah!
Hoorah!
Hiya, hiya, hiya.
You know that the active duty Marines to go down there and be like, what y'all doing? What y'all
Somebody in here, I heard that. That chime. There you go. What's up, Slim? Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
top of the morning? I believe this is a distraction to take
What's
your
up?
mind
What's up?
off of something else. All this stuff that's happening right now is a distraction for something else. So y'all be vigilant and keep your eyes open and your head on a swivel.
What
Because
do you believe it's a distraction for, though?
I don't know, but it's for something else. So because it just don't seem right, like Molly said, it don't seem right. It don't make sense. And Molly was saying that they was holding up another flag, and I'm like,
Oh
well, what
yeah,
country?
their country's flag, which is kind of
Well,
weird.
what country is that?
I guess
See,
Mexico. I've seen different, nationalities, different. I mean, not just nationalities, but different country flags out there. But I guess the Mexican flag. I don't know.
that's not the Mexican flag. That's the Mexican flag.
I
Is
don't
the
know.
eagle with a worm in his mouth? I think.
Pakistani or
I
something.
didn't watch the clip that y'all watched. I was walking from the tobacco store, so I don't know what actual clip y'all seen.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying out of the numerous
Well,
ones available online, I've seen people walking in circles with their own country's flag.
right. And Molly said he
American
think
flag.
that one was Pakistan. Don't quote him, but he said he think that
The
was
hell, they
Pakistan.
I
And
know
then
they.
don't
voted out
forget
a while
they got the
ago.
people. They got the people from Gaza and down there protesting with them too. They got because they upset about. It's like a whole bunch of stuff they're upset about, and they got the Marines to go around the federal building because I think that's their target. They're trying to get to the federal building.
A war.
So that's that. Hey Farrah, how are you this
Yeah,
morning?
that shit.
Good, good. I'm kind of happy like my lawyer called me and like I have this appointment today at 4:50 in Pittsburgh, like since my injury from work or whatever. So I'm getting somewhere.
Okay. Well, that's
That's
what's
good
up.
because I can't walk right. I can't hold my leg over. I can't bend down. I can't pop. You know what I'm talking about.
All the shit you want to do
Gotta
right now.
working to keep working the muscles and you'll get better. The
Yeah.
strain and might take a little bit of pain killer to help you bend a little better.
See, I think they're about to cut me open because they want their money. You know what I mean? Anytime a lawyer sends you to their doctor and they're like back injury, as soon as they put that knife, that's when the money starts rolling. So he's
They
not
talking
playing
about
around.
if
Yeah.
you need a knife, it's talking about going in.
Well, see, my sciatic nerve, I never had a problem before with that, but most people tell me it's from an injury, but the pain that goes down my leg and I can't walk and I hit my back off the corner of the vending machine or whatever, it kind of makes sense. And so your sciatic, they said it comes from like usually a back injury.
It's a lot. I have that
Yeah.
sciatic,
Oh,
and it's a different lot of stuff that cause that sciatic nerve.
really?
Um,
See,
yeah,
I didn't know. I just
I'm gonna
got
do
my
a
back
wellness
messed
Wednesday
up.
on it one day, and the therapy and stuff. It goes and comes. It goes. It can flare up like arthritis. Goes and comes. Goes and comes. You got to know what exercises to do and how not to turn to keep it from flaring up. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, and my sciatic started from not being bed injury actually. Not being stuck in the bed for months at a time. Like David, I'm surprised he don't have a nerve problem, sciatic nerve.
Right.
Because he was been bedridden for a long time. It could come from that. So it could come from a different things, different
Yeah.
number of things. So good luck with that. I ain't trying to get cut open. I'll stick with the therapy and the medication. Because to
No.
cut you open is a 50-50 chance.
Right,
So
but they said something like they can lance my sciatic nerve. Did you ever look into that, or did they ever offer that to you?
no, 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 no. Then
Um,
what is your outcome with if they lance that nerve, if they cut that nerve off, what are your chances?
oh, they didn't say anything. It's just I have a slip disc in my back, and I guess they got to go in and clean it off because like it's touching or something. He's telling me that the disc in my back is touching, and so that's why my leg is going crazy, like operation when you keep touching the metal piece. I guess like that's what it really feels like in my leg.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh, that it's a pinched nerve. Is that nerve
Yeah.
wherever that sore nerve? Because mine's is that right at the top of my buttocks on the left side, and then
Yeah,
go
oh,
down
mine's
my
on
left
the right,
leg,
but yeah,
it's screaming pain. It's screaming. I was
it
stuck
is.
standing up in the floor one day, stuck, and my
I know
son
because I
had to
can't
help
move
me.
either. Me too. I swear to God, I don't know which way to go. Like it
It was
hurts
a
so
pain,
bad.
man. And I'm up there screaming honey. And then one time I had to go to the hospital just so they could give me a shot in my ass to take away the
Hmm.
pain. It was that bad. Sometimes it
Yeah.
get so inflamed, but when I feel that it's coming on, I know I start feeling a certain way, and I try to start doing the exercises that they tell you hot, cold, hot, cold. And they gave us some physical therapy to do to try to make it go back down before it come on.
See,
So
that's what the doctors tried to offer me from my job is physical therapy, but I can barely walk. Like for real, I gotta think like, oh my God, my leg hurts. I don't know if I can move it, not like for real, I'm panicking. So I don't know how physical therapy is gonna help because I
it
can
does.
barely walk. Yeah.
You got to give it a chance. Give it a chance.
Okay.
It does. It really does. So, and exercise they tell you to take. They show you do that stone at home when you feel like you're about to have an attack, because it's bad when it comes on you. But if you can
Yeah.
stop it before it get all the way on you, like it's like you can feel it coming on. Like
Yeah.
let me do something. Let me do. I feel a little tight. Oh, that's a little tight. You start doing your exercise that they give you physical therapy to work it
That's what
back
I do.
down.
Like I try to get up off DG's couch and I'll be like bent down on the floor on my knees. He'll get behind me and flip me over. I'm like, that's not what I was trying to do. I can't get up.
Look, Farrah, this is Wellness Wednesday, but I'm gonna give you a Freaky Friday tip. Girl, get that leg together so you could be riding again. So, that would interfere with your ride.
Like I'm going for the win in the Kentucky Derby. Ain't no playing over here.
That's Freaky Friday talk. I got some stuff for y'all.
Hey, but it is wellness. And guess what? I'm going to the doctors. This was perfect. Because for real, yeah.
And
I got to get well.
Is good too. And I know you look like you fit. So the exercise help. So David, help her exercise, David. Exercise, David, not sexercise. David like jazz hands. Yeah. No, David, help her exercise. We're working out. It's gonna be all right. This is Wellness Wednesday. We were talking about the riots and what's going on and how they deployed the Hahu people. Is that right, David?
Hoorah.
Hoorah. David, why can't I remember hoorah? The hoorah, the active hoorah is out there. So they about to start up some stuff, and we getting ready to have this big parade here in the DMV. And we don't want nothing impairing us from having a good time. And even after this crap is over with, we still want to go out and be able to have a good time and celebrate when we want to celebrate. Not the government saying, did you get at least to have this birthday party? No. So we try to keep our freedom free, honey. Ice, don't come over here. Ice, come down here. We don't put y'all in the drink or in the blender and stay out. we chilling out down here. We chilly. The only ice we need is the one in our drinks. Okay. And with that being said, I got a video for y'all to watch. I mean, it's a fascinating. We never touched on this on Health-Wise, but I feel like no good thing I withhold from my people. So I seen it. It was good informational. And I was like, damn, I didn't know that. So it's a video I got for y'all. I broke it down to 3 so y'all can digest it, in a little bite. I ain't gonna digest it all, but it's a good medical fact that I think that I want to share with you guys. Wellness Wednesday.
Egypt, people have known that looking at someone's urine can reveal important information about their overall health. These days, our techniques for analysis are far more advanced. But the truth remains that even a basic inspection of your urine can reveal hidden dangers that are lurking within your body. So today, I'm going to tell you what to watch out for, because catching some of these signs early could save your life. Let's start with the basics. How does a cup of water turn into urine? First, water gets absorbed by your gut into your bloodstream. The blood flows through your kidneys, and these incredible organs take out excess fluids and waste products without losing any of the important proteins in blood cells. So in very simple terms, urine is just filtered blood. And that's why it can tell us so much about your overall health. So why is normal pee yellow? Well, first you need to understand that red blood cells only last about 3 months before they get broken down. And when this happens, a substance called urochrome is produced, and that's what gives urine its normal color. But if you've ever taken vitamin B supplements, you might have noticed that your urine will take on this highlighter yellow color, and that's because of vitamin B2, also known as riboflavin. It looks crazy. But don't worry, it's not dangerous. It's just your body getting rid of any excess vitamin B2. While yellow urine is normal, this is never something you can ignore. Or this. A few things can cause your pee to turn red, but let's start with the most obvious. Blood. You may have seen these advertisements. I just love the visual. If you see red, even just a drop, you need to see your doctor because it's the most common symptom of bladder cancer. And early detection can be the difference between life and death. But fortunately, most of the time we find out the blood was coming from something else less serious, like a urinary tract infection that's irritating the bladder. But blood isn't the only cause of red urine. It can also be caused by hemoglobin, which is the protein that makes red blood cells red. And it can show up in urine if red blood cells get damaged and die off quickly. One dramatic example is malaria, the parasitic infection that gets transmitted by mosquitoes. The parasite enters your red blood cells and destroys them, causing huge amounts of hemoglobin to spill out and end up in your urine. In severe cases, a person's urine can turn a dark cola color, which is why some people call this condition black water fever. A more common example can happen in long-distance runners. We call this foot strike hemolysis, And it can be a sign that your shoes are too old or you don't have enough cushion. You probably won't get cola-colored urine. There aren't enough red blood cells breaking up. You'll likely see a dark yellow or even a brownish color, sort of like tea-colored urine.
Why does the United States...
Oh, that's commercial. But you guys, a tea color urine, but it gets even wilder than this. And you'll see along the way, she's going to talk about all the colors of the rainbow. I didn't notice that the urine can turn all those different colors. Y'all with me so far? Vitamin
There's
B,
another
also known as riboflavin. What you say, Farrah?
Substance that can turn your pee red. You probably associate mussels with a red color, and that's because they contain myoglobin, which is a close relative to hemoglobin inside red blood cells. When muscle tissue is damaged, it can release myoglobin into your bloodstream, which then spills out into your urine, and it can absolutely destroy your kidneys. So how does this happen? CrossFit might be at the top of your list, but really, it's any extreme exercise, especially if there's been a jump in intensity. So if your urine is red or tea-colored after a big workout, you might want to back off a little bit. Crush injuries are another important cause. And as a rheumatologist, I often see people with autoimmune muscle inflammation. I can't stress it enough. If you see pink, red, brown, or black urine, even once, you need to see your doctor. Okay, so we've covered some common things, but I came across a really interesting rare case that I've got.
Okay. Anybody got any questions or want to speak on what they saw so far or add-ons to like we knew this or we didn't know this? Nobody?
No, I was shocked to see the pink urine. Yeah, I was shocked to see that. I mean, you know what I mean, the regular colors and I mean the regular color urine and the red urine, you know what I mean, I was aware of, but yeah, when I seen the pink, I was like, oh, they need help.
That's what I wanted to ask you, DG. How is your appointment with your kidneys? Remember you had like something wrong with you when we were at the hospital because you didn't even know you had that problem? You had like kidney disease, not failure. It was like disease. Remember I said from drinking all the soda, I said, no wonder. You don't remember me saying that?
No, I mean, oh yeah.
Oh
I
my
remember.
God.
Yeah,
Oh, do you remember you had a girlfriend or no? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was just wondering how you're doing with your kidneys and stuff because they said you had kidney failure, I thought, or disease, one of them.
Yeah, I was supposed to have an appointment last week, but overslept.
Is that the one that I told you to wake up and go, and then you said okay, then I called you and you said you went back to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure.
So, David, you got an appointment with your urologist?
No, with my
doctor. It's the Dr. D'Angela.
France.
No, the kidney doctor is called the nephrologist.
Yeah.
Nephros for kidneys. Your urologist is the doctor that, you know, do your prostate and check your pee and your dingling and all of that. So the men have to go to the urologist just like we got to go to our gynecologist. So men don't go to gynos, they go to uros. So I want to, you know, just some fun fact. You know,
always been the same fact.
Reese, I know about the different doctors because I worked for them. That's how I know. Trust me on this.
That was
you dumb as shit if you don't know what a gynecologist is. Shit.
No, you know I go all the time, DG. I love my pH balance. Tell them.
That was from the that was from the Lyme disease or whatever.
I know
about Lyme disease. It attacks.
You have to get
it attacks different things or whatever. You know what I mean?
Isn't Lyme disease what makes your eyes yellow?
That's jaundice.
Yeah.
Oh, jaundice. Oh, okay.
You better reschedule your appointment.
They still don't know. They still don't have a whole bunch of information on Lyme disease. Like that's why they say it's for life.
Yeah, your body will start jumping and stuff too.
A lot of diseases what get it jumping. All right, well, let's get no questions from the panel. Anybody out there saying
I
anything?
missed the video, so I yeah.
That's okay. This is the second part of it. That was just the first part to tell us how water turns into pee and what it is. And your urine is your
So
filtered
what was they
blood.
saying about the No, I'm not cutting you off. I'm actually asking you a question about the video because the same thing we were talking about before we started the stream this morning. I thought that when your the lighter your pee was, the better. I thought it wasn't
It
supposed to
didn't get
be
to that
dark.
part yet, but it should
Oh,
tell you. We
okay.
ain't got to that part yet. It
All
should
right.
break
'Cause if
that
I'm about
down
to
for
die,
you.
let me know. Because
Yeah,
I want it to be clear most of the time. I'm like
It,
clear or really light, because of the
yeah.
And the
water
So
drinking.
bubbles,
Pluto
yeah,
so
and the
urine.
when it's
bubbles.
light, and so far
I
we
ain't say
learned
no bubbles, nigga. I
when
ain't
it's
say
that
that.
so far we learned that when it's that bright yellow color, that neon pink yellow, that's because it's getting rid of the vitamin B, which is also known as riboflavin. Yeah. So when you see riboflavin and stuff, now you know, oh, that's vitamin B.
Riboflavin?
Yeah, riboflavin,
That
riboflavin,
river
Yeah.
flooded,
Right, because it's not. Oh, all
river
right.
flooded.
So the
All right.
water,
You
we drink the
made it
water,
sound like
it's
a
filtered through
Kool-Aid
our
flavor.
blood, and it's filtered blood that's gone out. The dead red blood cells that's gone, that's coming out to waste. But wait, it gets better. Wait till she tell y'all some other stuff. Molly, go ahead with the video.
Ooh, she got meth eyes right
Want to
there.
share with you. This is a 54-year-old woman who was brought to the hospital after being rescued from an apartment fire. While being treated in the emergency department, a family member called out for the nurse after noticing a dark red discoloration of the patient's skin and urine. But the nurse told them there was nothing to worry about. Exactly the opposite of what I've been telling you for the past few minutes. And here's why. Fortunately, the patient hadn't sustained any burns, but she had inhaled a lot of fumes that contained cyanide. Realizing this, her physicians treated her with hydroxycobalamin, which binds to cyanide to form plain old
I don't know what that
vitamin B12. And hydroxycobalamin has this dark red color, which can temporarily cause discoloration of the skin and urine. She went on to have a complete recovery. Mystery solved. Orange urine, on the other hand, is most commonly caused by medications or dehydration, but it can also be a sign that there's a problem with your liver or bile ducts. Normally, bile drains out of your liver and into your poop, and that's actually the main reason why it's brown. If there's a blockage, bile acids and other products build up in the blood and leak out into the urine instead. Since the bile doesn't make it to your poop, it'll start looking really pale, whereas your urine will take on this orange-brown color. So if you see that combination, orange urine and pale poop, you need to see a doctor urgently. Now, purple urine is fascinating, and it gives us a clue about which bacteria is causing a urinary tract infection. Here's an interesting case. This is a 58-year-old man with an indwelling catheter who woke up one morning and his urine looked like this. So he went to the emergency department right away. To understand why his urine turned purple, you need to know about tryptophan, an amino acid that most people associate with turkey. When your body breaks it down, it forms a substance called indoxyl sulfate. And here's where it gets really interesting. Common UTI bacteria convert this compound into indigo, which is blue in color, and indirubin, which is red in color. When they mix together in the urine bag, you get purple urine bag syndrome. Very dramatic, but ultimately goes away with antibiotics. Green urine. Now, this is pretty rare, and it's usually related to dyes or medications. Okay, here's a dramatic case. This is the urine of a woman who's admitted to hospital for a totally different reason. Of course, nobody could ignore this finding, but nobody could explain it either, until her doctors found out that she had had a colonoscopy the day before. The surgeons had injected a dye called methylene blue to help remove a polyp, and that had filtered out into her urine. I definitely would have been shocked if that had been my patient. Now, frothy or foamy urine can sometimes indicate a high level of protein in the urine. Normally, healthy kidneys prevent protein from getting through. But when the kidneys get damaged from things like diabetes or high blood pressure, protein can leak through into the urine. This finding is something I learned about in medical school. But I think I've only ever had one patient that came in specifically complaining about frothy urine. And it turned out it was because of lupus. So, take that, Dr. House.
It's not lupus. It's not lupus.
You can't fix every problem by yourself. You need structure and you need support. Now you
Okay. Now, that right there, frothy urine, and I know a lot of people with frothy, that means have all the bones on top. like a cool beer, blow. That has happened to me because I'm diabetic. And then also they thought, oh, she has lupus. I had to go through a bunch of panels, and that's what they had associated with me at one time. And it's also true when it's too much protein in your urine, and when your urine take on a fruity smell. That also means something when people that suffer from UTIs or diabetes a lot. It's some kind of all I want to say is a fruity smell, like kind of pineapple-y like sort of smell. But I've experienced that, and yes, I freaked out and went straight to the hospital and all that good stuff. So anybody else had frothy urine? Anybody else have protein in their urine?
What type of question is that?
Well, we go through different stuff, experience different
Yeah,
stuff.
I know.
They at that age, man. They might, they dealing with different shit.
Yeah. Protein in the urine that's common, especially with men drinking them protein shakes and powders and stuff. The bodybuilders, they tell you. Don't mean it's good, but
y'all know where I'm going with this. I'm not even saying nothing.
Too much protein in the urine.
They're like people that drink all like eat pineapples and mangoes and fruits. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't talking about that, Sarah. I mean,
No,
Sarah.
that's what I'm saying.
I caught myself.
$5. No, you didn't. I heard it come out already. I got earphones in. $5.
I said,
each time you say S instead of F.
Farrah.
Why I didn't? That's why I didn't. I said I was thinking about it. She need to take a trip to DG's house.
Pineapple and Red Bull all over the place.
You trying to say? I thought you trying to say. Oh,
the fruities.
Wow.
David ain't saying up. David, I know your butt ain't frozen. David's like.
He ain't ready. I knocked the stutters out of him like the last 2 days. You ain't noticed that?
Yeah, he need a tune up. The other day he was trying to get it together. He might need a tune up or something.
That's what I told him. I said, "Where Farrah at?" I said, "She stopped you from stuttering." David be like, "Y'all gonna stop this shit?" David, what you got to say?
Is he asleep or is he frozen? I think he's frozen.
David,
he's frozen.
He's frozen this time. He that's still.
You look just like your daddy. You look just like your daddy when you did that. And you heard me say he's frozen. You're like
urine and stuff, and you experienced that, David. Frothy urine.
Why are you smiling?
Well, you
said
I
see myself.
Talking about urine.
Excited as a motherfucker.
I ain't never experienced that though. They ain't talking. Dave experienced that shit probably. He taking forever to get it out. He don't know if he want to tell us the story.
Remember, David? Irene, why am I in the bathroom? That's what I'm thinking about. You know what I'm talking about? Me, myself, and Irene. The bathroom when he went to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Why am I pissing?
Y'all fellas here? I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
We have our own language. We have our own language.
Jim Carrey?
With Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Well,
Sliggy says she also fucking.
That's why the fun. She smiled like a motherfucker.
She didn't talk about the blood pressure.
You have frothy urine.
Off the stuff with what and the diabetes and stuff and how this stuff is coming about. She gonna talk about even drinking too much water. She gonna get into it. So she giving y'all some good tips.
I drink a lot of water too. I don't drink soda, so that sucks. Since I stopped drinking alcohol, I always just drink water. And I know they told me you can't do that because they said you can go into some kind of shock or even die from drinking so much water.
Too much.
It's a technical term for it, but it's
too much
overdose on water. It's a technical term for it.
You can drown. You can drown from drinking too much water.
She getting ready to tell y'all. She getting ready to get to it. Marley, you go back to the video
Like,
so they
like wasting water on your laptop. Drown that motherfucker. We got like 2 minutes left.
But there's more to pee than color. Quantity also matters. In fact, if you're peeing too much, it can be a sign of a serious illness. Most commonly, diabetes. Basically, people with diabetes have high blood sugar, and the sugar circulating in their blood can spill out into their urine, pulling extra water out of the body through osmosis. Ancient healers knew this as well, and they used to test for sugar in the urine by tasting it. Luckily, technology has advanced a lot since then, so whoever invented the dipstick, I cannot thank you enough. Another obvious cause of peeing too much is drinking way too much water. You may be surprised to know that this can have life-threatening consequences. There's a tragic case of a woman who actually drank so much water that she died. I made a whole video about it, so if you want to learn more, I'll leave a link in the comment section. On the other hand, not peeing enough is also a huge problem, and one that people don't always take seriously enough. I once had a patient who had severe diarrhea and became profoundly dehydrated, but she didn't come to the hospital until her kidneys had almost completely shut down. I was shocked to hear that she hadn't peed for the past 2 days. Remember, proper hydration is critical to your health, especially for your kidneys and your brain. I often hear people quoting rules like, drink 8 glasses of water per day. But the truth is, we all have different water needs, and it can vary from day to day. So I think it's far more valuable to take cues from your body. Simple things like, are you thirsty? Is it hot and dry outside? How much physical activity have you done today? And most importantly, what does your pee look like? You should aim for a very light yellow color. Too dark means you need to hydrate, and crystal clear means you're probably overdoing it. I've actually admitted a patient to hospital who was convinced that it was healthiest to keep her urine completely crystal clear all the time. She was constantly drinking water to achieve this, and as a result, her sodium levels plummeted, and she was brought to the emergency department after having a seizure at home. Okay, now let's finish off with something rare but fascinating. Urine that changes color. This patient was seen in a rural area without access to advanced testing. So the doctor came up with an ingenious solution to confirm her suspicions. She took a urine sample and left it out in the sun for 3 days. As she expected, the urine changed from a normal color to this port wine color. And this helped her diagnose the patient with a genetic disease called porphyria. Some people call it the vampire disease because people with porphyria are very sensitive to UV light. The changes in the urine are fascinating because the same chemicals that changed color in the urine are present in the skin. And when they transform with UV exposure, they cause serious skin damage. Here's another cool example of color-changing urine. This 69-year-old woman's urine changed from looking totally normal to pitch black after being left out for just 2 hours. This is a really important clue. This woman has a genetic condition called alkaptonuria. Basically, it blocks the breakdown of a chemical called homogentic acid, which builds up in the blood and the urine. When her urine was left out, it was exposed to oxygen from the air, and that transformed this acid into a dark-colored pigment. And other tissues can take on this dark pigment too, from dark spots in the eyes to black cartilage, which can be seen during a joint replacement. So, the moral of the story is, take a look in the toilet before you flush. Your body might be trying to tell you something important. This video is part of a whole series examining what your body says about your health. So if you love learning about health and medicine, then be sure to subscribe, and that way, I'll see you in the next video. So, bye for now.
Bye for now.
That is crazy. If I pee blue,
Oh, I like that layout. I ain't never seen that layout before. I like that. With the joint next to her face like that.
So, any questions? Trey, if it's clear, you drinking too much water.
I mean, I know.
And it'll drop your sodium. That's the bad part. It'll drop your sodium. So, just eat something with sodium in it to help keep your sodium up.
No, I would just drink less water. You know, really.
You like forget to drink less.
Just drink less water than what I do, because I don't really, I don't eat a lot that's gonna make shit dark or nothing anyway. I know it's clear when I the same when I drink a lot of water for that day. I know it'd be like crystal clear, but
okay.
yeah. So it's where it need to be. I ain't got no frothy shit and all of that. I ain't got no problem.
No, frothy is good. That means sugar. And back in the day, I'm glad somebody did invent the dipstick. Could you imagine who the lab tech was tasting the urine?
Yeah,
No, I wasn't trying to think about
tasting
that.
different urines at that. Like that is.
Yeah. She a champ or he a champ.
He or she, whoever
Yeah.
the tech was, I bet you it wasn't the damn doctor. The damn tech, like, what it tastes like? The doctor.
Yeah, doctor. They did. They want to do it all. Experiment.
You ain't never lied, dear.
You
You ain't
can't take
never lied.
somebody else's word when you're a doctor. Like, what it? Like, I need to see that for myself.
That was way before our time, my grandparents' time, my grandparents' parents' time. That was way, way, way back before they invented the dipstick. That's why she said.
So who out there that colorful pee? That's what I want to know.
Who keep changing colors and turning purple and shit?
Yeah, whoever had this problem before, you know, because
Nah,
the last one was red, but the other ones they said is kind of common.
I had the clear pea, I had
Yeah,
the frosty pea, I had the orange pea. So and so I knew I was taking too much
I'm talking about
medicine.
that red, that purple, that
Yeah,
orange.
red, black, and
Well,
shit.
the green, well, black, they said go to the
Green.
doctor immediately. Something wrong, and I know some people that said this blood that came out in their urine.
Yeah,
So that could be a lot of things. But if you see blood in your urine, you better haul ass to the doctor because there could be the kidneys, there could be a UTI. You don't know, but you want to definitely get it. Find out it's nothing you can wait on.
He said later. He said I can't do this shit.
He said, it's the wellness way. I had to give y'all something to grow on. When I came past that, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. So I hope
shoot,
somebody learns something.
especially the blue pea. Like I've never heard of that. Like
Yeah, you an
only time I
alien.
heard of that was the Smurfs. You know what I mean? But as
Yeah,
far as
niggas ass.
Has
as far
anybody
as
ever been shot up with the dye, with the contrast, with that dye when they're going doing the MRIs or they're
well, I
trying to
had
locate something?
yeah. Yeah, I have. I remember I had the colonoscopy and that I mean, they was the detecting different blood clots and stuff like that, and also I had to die a few times, but my pee never been blue.
Well, I mean, any color. Well, I can't get the dye because I'm allergic to iodine, and I can't get that type of contrast. They had to give me some other radioactive material, but I couldn't get the dye.
Radioactive material.
What they call it something? All that stuff is radioactive. That's how they traced it in the body and everything. So when they doing them stuff, yep. So they had to get a different kind of stuff shot up in my vein. They gave me that's when I was in the hospital one time and I was sick for a whole week, couldn't even open my eyes. And I kept saying, I feel sick. I came back from a procedure and they had gave me the dye when they wasn't supposed to. I wasn't thinking I should have sued that, but I was still in the hospital. But they gave me the dye when I said I'm allergic to it. And they was like, oh no, you're allergic to seafood. And the reason why they tell me I'm allergic to iodine because seafood has a high concentration of iodine in it. So they always say, "Oh, you're allergic to iodine." So this is before I had my allergy test, the other allergy test, and they gave it to me. I was already in the hospital, but when they gave it to me, I got so sick that my people had to come and check on me. I couldn't even answer my phone. I just kept throwing up. They had me on an IV to keep me from dehydrating. I was already on the IV bag anyway, but it was because they did a test and they used the dye. And it's right there in my chart, allergic to iodine. They didn't pay attention.
Do you grow out of allergies or
Sometimes you can, and sometimes you could grow into allergies. So it's both. So yep, you could grow out of them, you could grow into them. The body is different. Your environment could cause you to be sick. So yep, you sure can, David, grow out of them. Yep. You sure can. Sometimes we get allergies because as children, when our parents introduce us to stuff too soon, the doctor told me that like peanuts, a lot of kids have peanut allergy because they gave it to them too soon before their body built up whatever antibodies. And with me, they started feeding me table food too soon. I guess that's why everything is on a time schedule. Like they tell you, you're supposed to feed a child this at this age, this at this age. I guess so it could develop the natural antibodies against certain stuff, so you won't be allergic to certain stuff. So that's what I'm assuming. But yeah, why you asked about growing out of allergies, David?
You said how come? No, you said why did I ask about the allergies?
Yeah, growing out of allergies.
Oh, because you was talking about getting tested for allergies, and I just figured should you continue to get tested or whatever, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
every so many years. Yeah, you can if you want to know if you're growing out of stuff or if you're getting better with different stuff. But once you go to the allergist, they'll tell you. They'll tell you. Some things is environmental, meaning you got to come out of certain environments for certain allergies to get better, and certain allergies is just in your blood. You know that you not, you know, it's what she say, genetic. Some allergies are genetics, and some is environmental. So, you know, and they even had to do a test on me for my COPD. They did a blood test. They wanted to know, was it environmental or was it genetics? So that helps a lot. And it's, of course, mine was environmental. but yep, didn't learn that from no P test though. They had to take blood. But as she said, P is nothing but filtered blood. And I was like, wow. I was going to say filtered water, but no, your water gets absorbed in your body and it helps your blood filters. And I guess that's the importance of water. Drink water, wash out the old blood. You know, she said the red blood cells. After they die out, drink water and wash them out. So that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Farrah says she tried to ignore a call and accidentally got kicked out, but she said she enjoyed the show. She has to get ready for her appointment anyway, and she'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
yes.
Okay. Tall tale.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, Farrah, thank you for coming on, Farrah. She brings that hype energy. You remember that, DG? You remember what the doctor said, DG? DG wasn't trying to say what the kidney doctor said. What the kidney doctor say, David?
I can't remember. What they
say that you had end-stage renal disease number 4.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't say anything like that. They was basically just giving me like symptoms or like warnings of what Lyme disease could have. That's why I have different appointments every 3 months or whatever. I mean,
you still got to go every 3 months.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go last week, but yeah, I was out.
All right, don't ignore your health, David. You said that you was out. You know your health. Sometimes you really be out. So
oh yeah,
don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So Molly, Trey, y'all got anything to say about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about what I just feel like we should learn our body more anyway. We always wait till a doctor tell us what to do when something go wrong. and she can be feeding us poison and all of that. I don't know. It's just weird that when something go wrong, they can't tell you. You can grab these 3 natural ingredients right out the cabinet in your house, and this will heal you. You got to come to the hospital. We give you these fucking drugs that might cause another problem, and then we go from there. We keep running tests, and then we're gonna need you to do another checkup to make sure all of that's gone. So it just always just find another way to get you sick to sell you drugs. And some people might really need it, but it's like, tell me what I'm doing wrong, and then before I can prevent this. But I just fix the problem for a second, patch it up, and then I go out there do the same bullshit, and now I'm right back in here. So that's the only thing I don't be liking too much about them doctors. But I like videos like this, the lady letting you know, these the things you should look out for. And they might give you an antibiotic or this, and this should take care of it. So when you do, you got a little bit of knowledge. If they trying to give you too much medicine, you can say, oh no, I heard that I only need to take this. I shouldn't need this, this, and that. But it's scary. It's like talking to somebody that get paid to fix houses or something about your house, and you don't know nothing about it. He can tell you, well, plumbing, I'm gonna have to do the plumbing. The plumbing might need nothing done with it, but he can tell you that, oh, you need some pipes fixed in the wall. That's another $1,000. You won't know because it ain't. But if you got somebody that know about housing, they can say ain't nothing wrong with that. Nah, that ain't. Or somebody that can paint. You like, shit, I can paint myself. But nowadays, whenever they're dealing with medical shit, we always got to depend on them and take their word. When at the same time, they can be finessing it. They can be getting us sick. I don't believe in genetics. Like, oh, it just come down from your family members. No, it's bad habits. If they had the same habits and I took on them habits, then yeah, I might have the same issues. But I don't think just because my mother had asthma, I should have asthma, and this person should have asthma, because I'm the only one that had asthma out of all her kids. Everybody else didn't. She didn't. So it's just like, nah, it ain't always gonna be the same. But they can just say it's genetic. No, it wasn't genetic. I had bad lungs when I came. I was a premature child. I couldn't be around smoke. They had me around smoke early on to the point that my mother said nobody can smoke around them no more. But any other kid in the house, it didn't bother them like it bothered me. But it didn't come down genetically. I was born like that. So it's just like
environmental.
my mom and my father
Around you, they introduce you to
exactly.
That was environmental. Too
Yeah.
young lungs, too young. That's why they tell you now don't smoke around kids at all, because you never know. You don't know a person's lung capacity or whatever. And it's funny because cigarette smoke is way, way, way worse than people was like, oh, when you smoke weed. I can smell weed because there's not any chemicals on it. That tobacco is treated with so many different chemicals that cigarette smoke is totally different. I have asthma too. Weed don't bother me. But the cigarette smoke, I could go buy somebody smoking cigarette and like it cuts my breath. And it's all the chemicals that's in cigarettes. And when you introduce to that, see, when we smell it and we ain't smoking it, we getting it firsthand. At least the people that's drawing it through a filter. Okay? So when we smell that smoke, it's getting in our lungs straight. And he a little
You
boy.
get the exhaust off the cigarette pretty much. You getting the CO2 off the cigarette,
Right. And he a little boy, and his lungs is he said he had young lungs, mean they can need a little more time to bake, to develop, like he said. And if you trying to develop your little young lungs and they smoking around it, they used to do that around babies. You sit up there, had the baby right here, just a puff it. And they didn't know no better. Well, they should have known no better. And the babies can't cough and be like, oh, get that smoke out my face. or it's hurt.
Yeah. But if it ain't bother your 5 kids before that, what you're not gonna assume it's gonna do nothing to the sick. So she knew y'all can't smoke around Jamal. Nobody can smoke around me. They go in the other room, but anybody else, it didn't really bother them at all. But that's why I just don't really trust the doctors. These vaccines they be giving these kids mandatory to go to school, and you be wondering why kids grow up. And you like, why you scared of needles? There's a lot of kids out here that used to be scared of needles. They run around, smack the needle because it's not natural. They don't supposed to be getting shots. And you tell them you need to be brave. They get them a Band-Aid and some candy. Take you to the dentist. Like all that shit they doing, they don't supposed to do. Then as soon as you get out, they give you a lollipop. They give you more cavities. Why you gonna get this kid a lollipop after he just came in here for cavities? Like it's shit. They just find a way to keep you coming, you know. So it's never a way to just keep you from being in there. Like I want to stay out of it. I don't want to be in the hospital. What I got to do is be in there.
Vaccine. I'm glad you said about the vaccine and shot because our boy, what's his name, Kennedy, RJ,
yeah,
the one that's doing the vaccine, he fired that whole panel, the people that tell you need your vaccine, all 17 of them fired. He's bringing in for the vaccines and stuff. He's bringing in new people. He was like, no, y'all gone, y'all out of here. And that just proved my point. I always thought something was fishy. He getting ready to expose some stuff. He already did by firing the people. Some people are saying, oh, he's doing a bad thing. Oh, we all don't be scared. Don't be scared because what you had to fight off stuff before all of these vaccines. Some natural, like I said, some things are natural with a natural environment is causing you to be sick. And some things is a genetic, like sickle cell, that's a genetic trait. That's the genetic sickness. When I say talking about genetics, something that's in your blood, something that's passed on, because we actually have different things that's passed on, like the RH factor stuff. My mother and my aunt had it, but they didn't, and they had to take RH factor is just this. It's a condition of the blood that your blood will attack the fetus if you're having and carrying a baby, and then try to abort your fetus because they look at your fetus as an enemy. So they have to give you this medicine, right, to keep you from aborting your child. That's what that RH factor is in the blood. Because I had to look it up in genetic because I wanted to know, did they give my mama something to mess me up? And they probably did. That's why I'm like, well, I never know. But she had 3 girls, and my aunt had 2 girls. The RH factor, and it's passed on. It doesn't do nothing to the men, but the men can pass it on to the females. It's one of those type of things. And I even found out there was a village in Africa. I said, well, where does RH factor come from in the blood? They used to say, oh, it comes from the monkeys. No. A lot of stuff you have to break down and look deeper. So it wasn't the rhesus monkey. They was testing it on the monkeys, the poor rhesus monkey. Poor monkeys get blamed for everything. But it's our governments, not just the United States government, every country governments got these labs where they're testing stuff. Where they over every place testing stuff. And they distribute it to the air. That's how come they know what's going to hit in what area. That's how come they know what area has what, because they put it out there and they're watching it grow. They back seeing. We are like a petri dish.
It's easy though. That's what all the hospital records and all this stuff. What's up, Mr. John? That's what all the hospital records and all that stuff is for. That's logged right into a system that's in some mega base somewhere that's pulling all these studies. So when they giving out this new medicine that they advising people, just like they had you and Misha switch to that other Aaliyah shit for your eyes, some new trial shit. They can take data from what y'all complaining about, saying y'all got headaches, whatever y'all telling the doctor, he writing that shit down. It's just so, I just see how easy it is to just collect information. You don't know when they say they testing your blood just to make sure you ain't got diabetes, why they taking 8 vials, or they keep coming back doing your hospital visit, taking vials and taking vials. What you gonna do? Say no? What you gonna do? Walk in there in the lab and see what they doing with it and what they write down? No, you don't know none of that stuff.
That's right.
Like you're giving, your lives are given up to these people if you're somebody who depends on that. But I'm one of the people, I believe what is said or what's presented. If you are somebody who is your doctor, you're practicing. I'm going to take that word literally. You're practicing and remind myself that you're practicing. This is an experiment. This is a test of theories, things you learn. So yeah, it's like obvious that everybody is a guinea pig. To me.
Well, medicine is not a specific science, and they tell you that, or they should tell you that, let you know, look, I'm a doctor. I don't know. We do the rule out theory, the RO theory, and that is to rule out what's ailing you. That's why they ask you so many questions. Are you this, and this? Are you this, and this, and this? I found that out when I was going to try to get the vaccine. They asked me this question. Are you this, and this? So that you rule out, you ain't got none of that problem. You go to the next level. But if you answering yes to certain problems, then you in a different category, a different group. So when I answered yes to certain question, then another screen came up that nobody never seen before. Now let you answer yes to these certain questions. They was like, well,
Mr.
they
John say something to you. He said you only the only thing your mother passed down that you funny and fine.
You know you
That's
fine, girl. You
girl,
know
you
you.
know you. That's what you said. Make
oh,
me
that's
do.
that song we
Make
sing
me
it.
do that
Girl,
shit.
you know you fine.
Yeah.
Oh
But,
shit.
but you know, like Trey is right. They presented you answer yes to these questions, and then if you answer yes, everything should be no, 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 no. You get over here. If you answer yes, you're like, oops, you're in a different category, and then that's what
Well,
exactly what they did. Another screen opened up. Then they give you answer these other questions. Then
uh-huh.
if you answer yes to one of them, then another damn screen opened up. And then they was like, we will contact you. And I was like, wait a minute. It's like, y'all gonna send somebody out, come get me, you know? And they wouldn't give me a date. They wouldn't tell me where to go. They was like, no, bitch, you can't get this. Go see your doctor. And I
Well,
was
and
like,
I'm starting to order books. I don't know if y'all remember me mentioning it last Wednesday, but I'm starting to order some books to help me get an apothecary started because, uh, yeah, I want to take it 100% natural, and I want to understand why everything that I set my eyes on out here, like for instance, sitting in the backyard, I want to understand why it does what it does and how it's beneficial to me. So, I
okay.
would, I want to have that. I want to manifest that in a year or so. After the time it takes to understand some of those things I need to understand about the chemistry between stuff. But yeah, I want to have an apothecary started so that I can be able to make my own medicine. If I
Yeah.
something ailing me, something going on with me, I can fix it myself. I mean, I don't go to doctors anyway, but but if something were to arise in the future, I feel like I want to be the one that can fix it.
Yeah, and
So,
get it. I think I still got my anatomy book. It's you got to know the body and what hurts it and what ails it. Every little point of what fixes. They knew that back then. Oh, this is hurting. This is ailing me. Though ailing. That sounds like my grandmother.
Telling me.
Grandma talked like that, and they had a remedy for
One thing.
everything because they knew how the organs work or what part of the body you trying to heal, and they knew what can get him. I gotta find this book. My grandmother had it. It's called, and it was in her possession when she passed. And my mother swears she don't know what that book is, but it's called Back to Eden. And that had my grandmother had that book. It's called Back to Eden, and I've been looking for it and I cannot find it. And it tells you that'd be a great book for you, Trey, because it gives you the disease and the weeds or the stuff that you need to mix up to help whatever body.
mhm.
That'd be perfect. It's called Back to Eden. I don't
I
know if
already got I already got three large books. Is gonna take up some time. I already got three large ones so far in my cart to order when I get paid. So I'm working
the
on building that up information
and
for
if you
myself.
need any help with anything, you look, you can call your mother over here that that study lot stuff. You be like, what's this for that for? Boom. Baby, if I ain't been through it, I studied it. My aunt called me a walking petri dish. So I'm here for at your disposal. Pick my brain while I
Understood.
still got a brain left before I forget all this
Understood.
shit.
Before that medicine wipe that shit out.
Thinking for the gabapentin,
And all that shit.
you
you know.
know. And the only thing I found to take the place of gabapentin is weed. You ain't gonna believe it, weed. Like I keep
Shit.
saying
Why the
that
fuck
day.
wouldn't I believe it?
Look, that day when I got high, it took the pain away. It's better than, and I'm taking this gabapentin on the highest dose that they can give a person for my neuropathy, for the nerve pain. And I'm like, weed. That day, that I didn't smoke it or inhale it, but I was in a room with it, and I must have been inhaling like it's vaporizing me. But I don't know. I was just sitting there.
Yeah, because you can't. The weed smoke carries heavy in the air, so it's gonna find
And
health wise. Don't get that fine twisted this
I got high.
time.
Right.
You know what it was last time. I would have
Right.
died before that,
And y'all
but I
should have
don't leave
saw
it
me
all
walking
alone.
down the street.
It's still
I was
close
strutting.
enough.
I was
Right.
holding my cane, walking, strutting. Usually, I need the cane to lip on. My
Yeah.
back didn't hurt. My sciatic didn't hurt. And when I got up
Yeah,
out the
people
chair,
say a
I
lot
got up
about
and
weed, but I feel I'm blissful every day. My days are clear. I have great days every day.
no,
Every
but
day is great.
this
So
is like I'm thinking of the along with medication
no,
purposes.
I was talking about I'm talking about just the stipulation, not stipulation, the stigma behind people that smoke weed or take edibles or anything of that nature. I'm just saying how medically beneficial it is
It
for a lot of
is.
people that deal with a lot. Some people refuse to even consider anything remotely close to THC or anything like that, but are riddled with health problems or suffering from things that they try and get fixed or trying to help with. And yeah, I know people that's turning shit like down. Oh no, I ain't messing with that. All right, well you stay in pain. You stay hurting
No,
or you
but
can't halfway breathe or some shit. All right, you keep.
a lot of people it relaxes the muscle, it helps with the pain, and I don't know what it does to the eye, but it sharpens your eye, like it
It's
helps you
more
see
blood. It opens up your
your
vessels
blood
and
vessels.
allows more blood circulation everywhere.
Yes, and it sharpened. But I don't have glaucoma like they like up. I don't know what the hell I got in my eyes. I got somewhere I need them shots and it's bad. But when I got high, my eye got sharp. So I'm like, well, if the weed is doing this, why I gotta get a shot in my eye every month? I'd rather just get the weed.
Oh,
But
shit.
I got to do some more research.
Gotta
And
get you a
Trey, if you
medical
come
card.
across some stuff to help me, please let me know. I'm trying to, with certain stuff, but I found out that weed does help your body. Now I got to get it right so I know what I could take so I can get off some of this science, this lab medicine. I would
Yeah,
rather
'cause
have natural remedies.
that stuff ain't good.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
you should need 3 or 4 shots, and my eyes should be right on point. If you got to shoot a needle in them motherfuckers, I need you to fix whatever's going on. I don't need to be for the rest of my life from taking shots. Nah, y'all not helping me then. Nah, this.
Uh, and that
Hell
and
no.
that makes me cry. And sometimes I cry tears of blood from them shots. They be running right down, and and it freak people out because
CBD
sometimes my whole
terpenes
eyes
help flush
swell
out
up.
inflammation.
So we know them shots not good. And I'm like, why everybody's getting shots in their eyes now? I'm like, this is not good. And like
Kingdom
you
said you can
said,
still get some of those. Not to cut you off, I just want to make sure because I'll
okay,
miss a comment. He said that CBD. Hold on. He said CBD terpenes help flush out inflammation. So instead of going the weed route, I think it's what he's saying. Instead of going the marijuana route and having something psychoactive, you can just have CBD, which doesn't get you high, but still gives you the benefits of inflammation in certain areas that cause pain.
well, I didn't mind the
You
high
don't need
because
to
it
research
didn't
something
give me
that just will help.
psychoactive or nothing
You
like that. It just
already
made me feel good.
Yeah, that's
And
the thing, child. People doubt. I don't know what people mean when they say they need to do more research. If you already see, I mean, and then that means that be lack of research really because it's not anything to actual phone or get online and talk about the business. Don't be looking for the white lady and all that time. I said, hi, my name is such. Nah, look for somebody that really knows some shit about it and really is talking about it. You can feel their energy and you can tell if they're passing some biased information or if they just telling you what they know. Like it's not hard to find no information about it from a professional telling you what if all it does, the long list of things that marijuana helps with nausea, anorexia, eyesight, pain problems, like information for certain
I want to
things
know
and
why
all that
they
stuff.
not using it more in the medicine
Because it's not
field.
it's obvious because it's not making you money. Like it's not I mean making them money. It's not making
Nothing
I
more
mean
than the moolah.
they're not
No,
trying to get you away from it.
that
They're trying to get you
they
on
try to
medicine.
control it. That's why they open up all of these dispensaries, and the government's making money off of it. They want you to own it now.
And you watch tennis?
Yeah, but it's not
It's
you
not the
gotta
same. I want real weed. I don't want government control weed where they split up the CBD and the THC and all of that stuff because they control the potency of it. I want the natural stuff to have the natural.
well CBD and THC are always going to go together. The CBD is always going to be a certain because that
That's
comes
what I say.
from
I
the
want them
whole plant
together.
itself.
That's
But
what I'm
but
saying.
CBD is just at a point where the plant has no psychoactive, like, anything in it. So you're using the stalk and stuff of it was where is instead of the flowering part of the plant, so that you're not getting that psychoactive effect, which is the high itself. So the CBD is still the weed plant. It just doesn't get you high because it's not that part that produces that. The
I
terpene.
want the pain. Just take the pain away.
Yeah, I would be truly looking around, actually on your phone or your laptop, actually looking up the benefits, things that you are dealing with, and seeing if anybody suggests or if there's anything that people can say about THC in any form helping out. You don't have to smoke it. You can put tea bags and all of that shit. Like just drinking tea in the morning, that gets you right. You don't have to, or you don't have to even get high. Off of nothing. If you
Yeah,
enjoy a buzz, that's cool. But you ain't got,
I'm gonna go to
you know,
pain management.
the
They
information
referred
is
me
there.
to pain management, and maybe in pain management, let's see what they say. Because the doctors won't give you
Isn't pain management?
narcotics
Last
anymore.
question. I just got a question about pain management. When I hear people talk about it, isn't pain management the people that give you medications and stuff for your
The
pain? Like
narcotics, yeah, they give you the shots because they, especially
yeah,
nowadays,
that's the
they,
plug. So the plug not gonna
the
tell you why
plug,
the plug not gonna tell you why to not buy his shit.
the
What plug
plug
does
makes
that? What plug
me.
tells you, oh, don't buy this because you can buy that over there. That's better for you. Hell nah, I want you coming here, spending your bread here. It's the same concept. You gotta treat it the same way like some regular ass person that's trying to charge you for something or trying to get you to do something. So nah.
My doctor said you in that much pain, you need to go to pain management because he doesn't write any prescription for any narcotics. And then making it like that, your doctor, your PCP used to be able to give you certain medicine, not unless you go to the emergency room and then they'll write narcotics for you in the emergency room. But my doctor, he was like, oh, we can no longer write that. Even the dentist, when she did that damn root canal, y'all know after you go to the dentist, get any dental work when that pain start coming back in your mouth. When you get a thing, they used to give you Tylenol 3 or Tylenol with codeine. She can't give that to you no more. The biggest they can give you is extra strength Tylenol. That's only 650 milligrams. She said they're not allowed to write anymore because people been abusing medicine. People been abusing, so they took away the people that really need it. That's not, they don't know. Now they can't write it, so you got to go to pain management, and they get all in your business. They want to know, have you took this drug before? How long you take it? And you got to give a blood test to see if you
Too
taking it.
bad the big mamas and shit is not around no more because they give your ass an onion and with some honey on it and tell you to shut the fuck up with that shit wrapped around your foot and you be feeling better the next morning.
You
They
take
ain't
the
got none of
fever
that shit no
out.
more. Like you ain't had it was simple shit like that. Like simple shit. I remember my grandmother who's luckily still alive, but I remember her doing little shit. Get this nasty ass onion off the bottom. Like, why the fuck I got saran wrapped around my foot with an onion
You
on it
got
and
a
shit?
fever. Shut up, boy.
Type
Go lay
shit. Yeah,
down.
but those things work is my point. And I don't know why we got so far away from that nobody is even thinking about considering anything that could possibly help them other than going to the doctor.
You
Like
know,
my aunt, my cousin, my grandmother, they all swear by going to the doctor. I'm the only one that's like, nah, I just go for a physical. I'm the only one that don't get sick. Everybody's sick as a motherfucker. My aunt just start feeling better, and you stay at the doctor's office get something checked. So what's the problem? The doctors, the doctor. Like
I
I never
believe.
had a flu before. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
y'all know how
know.
big my boobies are, right? And I told you
Oh
the
my,
story.
yes we do.
And I told you the story, Trey, and and I told you that he told me to wrap my titties
Oh yeah.
that's supposed to help the breast reduction. He said wrap them up. I'm like, I
Yeah,
can't wrap.
because that's why the women put on them waist trainers and stuff when they work out because that all the guys too when they really in the physical side of things because it helps the compression helps pretty much you flushing out your fat so when you're burning it it's really kind of forcing it same thing as a lymphatic massage of any kind you're doing the same flushing motion with
That's
fat
if you
so
could do it, but if your boobies are so big, like I can't even wear a sports
if it
bra.
ain't no if it ain't enough physical to burn nothing and get you sweating anyway ain't nothing coming on but if
And
it is then it will help.
he
It ain't
said
gonna
for
bring you down to a
breast
B cup,
reduction.
but it'll help. The compression helps with shrinking fat and stuff.
So
Like,
rap, because he's Indian, and I guess that's what they do in their country. Because I said, no, I want a breast reduction. He was like, no, to wrap your titties up, dude. I'm like, they too big.
your doctor said titties.
He said, wrap your breasts up out there.
Oh, okay.
I see
Yeah, that
titties,
compression does help though with slimming
but
down.
and I'm like, that's not going to help, doc. Sorry, because my
You
mass
gotta
is
be working
shrinking.
out and stuff though. You gotta start
And
taking little
even when you work
walks
out,
around the block.
even when I worked out, these they didn't shrink. The rest of me shrink when everything else shrink. When I used to go be at the gym all the time, these would
If
not
you working
shrink.
out though, your titties gonna come down. I know bitches that
My
had
back
double
came
D's or
down.
bigger, and them bitches lost weight, and them titties left right with them.
That's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping. When I came down, my back
When the last
came
time you worked
down,
out though?
but the titty meat didn't come down.
When the last time you like did a consecutive like workout routine?
It's been years. It's been years. But that's what I'm saying. Even in
But
the
when
booties,
did you think it was gonna come down if you stopped working out?
well,
You
it
thought the
did everything
compression
else to
alone
me.
sitting there was gonna do it? You thought wrapping your titties alone without working out was
No,
gonna
I
fix it?
never wrapped my breast because I thought that was ludicrous because I don't need to wrap my breast.
Oh,
I was looking for a sports bra and they didn't
oh,
have it in my size. So I could keep. So what I had to do, what you do, you put on two bras, tighten it up, put on another bra and tighten it up.
oh yeah.
But that hurts your circulations in here and there, to keep it from when you working out and everything. Because as soon as you do your sit-ups and go back, my titty used to flap back. That's why I have to have them, tight up in that joint. So when I'm doing
Yeah.
my sit-ups and
I
stuff,
would switch it up, Molly. Then I would
I,
switch it up.
but
Oh,
Brian to take when I used to go to the gym, my back size came in, but the front size didn't. The inches around my back changed, but my cup size wouldn't. I don't know about. And the doctor, when I went to the doctor, he said the only way you're gonna get rid of these, he said, is to get them. And I'm like, wow, okay.
yeah.
They like to get
David,
filled
what's
with
up?
sandbags.
What's
Shit.
up?
I ain't know he's talking talking back and forth to the point where you felt like you ain't had nothing to say or something. Join in on the conversation. I almost forgot your ass was dead if I wasn't looking at my screen. But join in on the conversation. I don't know. It is open. It is open, everybody. It's not
Yeah.
like I'm just talking to her because she's talking to me.
Look, Ollie and David, like they talking about titties.
Oh,
some, and some people say, don't cut your titties off, Reese. Don't do it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what you say, Dave?
I mean, they're your titties. I mean,
and they hear
He says the fuck you want me to say.
yeah, shoot, you can do what you want to do, live in color. I mean, shoot.
You know? Yeah, he just float off sometimes. He just sometimes. That's all right though. What's up, Phoenix?
got blue spinners in there.
Phoenix in the
Uh-huh.
house. She
What up,
I
on.
want to
blue?
see who see you this week out.
Yeah,
Three,
who else is
three,
running?
four people already see you on the way somewhere. I want to see who else. Oh, I see it.
I was getting on the Greyhound in New York. I ran it too easy.
Right.
They just all
Those
over the
your
place.
cities,
The
yeah.
birds do fly.
Uh-huh.
Birds do fly, baby.
I would turn it around a little bit, Molly. I don't want to.
I was laughing at y'all, man. Y'all was ping ponging like shit, like tennis over that junk. So that's all. I'm loving it. For some of the things I was talking about and speaking on, I was speaking about sinners. When they was talking about sinners, like alcohol wasn't legal. That's why they brought the liquor back. To sell it. That's how it is for weed. Now they made it legal. You can just walk in the liquor store and buy a drink. But for us that ain't grow up in them times, we don't know nothing about that. We thought liquor always been like this, but it haven't. It was just like marijuana was. Now we saying that it's legal to buy marijuana 20 years from now, kids gonna think you can always go in the store and buy a pack of marijuana, cigarettes.
Pack
You know,
America,
like
pack marijuana. What
yeah,
it's gonna be called?
I don't know, cigar weed or something. They gonna find it. But I just be
No,
you know,
no.
a doctor or
Green
anybody
squares.
prescribing you something, they not gonna tell you, this ain't good for you. They always gonna say it is good for you. They ain't gonna say
They
how
don't
much you
know.
need to take. They might start you off small, but eventually anything you do, you're gonna need more of it. Like when at first I just needed a little puff and I was good. And then after a while I needed at least a J. Then after a while I needed 2, 3 J's. Like your tolerance started to build up. So even if he start you off with a lower dose, eventually you're gonna get to a high dose, which is gonna make him more money. So I just tell people with anything, it's like you walk to McDonald's, you never heard nobody say, well, this shit ain't good for you, but what you want? No, they're gonna say, what would you like? So when you go to the doctors and all these selling you these things and making money and profit, no, they never gonna tell you this is not good for you. They're not gonna tell you this fuck your kidneys up. That's like going to
They
Little
don't know
Caesars
that.
and they
They
telling you
don't know. We getting
they
there.
know.
But then
They know.
also, like,
The pharmaceutical companies and
Yeah.
stuff know, and that's why I've worked in the doctor's office and I've seen the pharmaceutical reps come in, buy the whole office lunch, kid, to use my notepad to write these prescription oil for this medication. Here's something new. Try this, and the doctor do. And so you come back and complaining about this, and this, and they supposed to be keeping record of that. So complaints about this, complaints about that, because they knew where they placed the drugs at. And the pharmaceutical company is vicious. They be sending the doctors on trips. They ain't supposed to get kickbacks, so they can't get the doctor moolah in their hand. They came in and gave one doctor for his birthday a tennis. I'm not tennis. The
titties.
What's the
Golf?
things? Golf rackets. He bought golf clubs are expensive. He came in there and gave that doc. I was like, a set of golf clubs, and the doctor was like, oh boy. And just here, use this prescription pad and write this for my drugs. And they took the prescription pad and said, try this drug. Here's a new drug out for GERD. You got esophageal reflux. Here, try this to see if this will help you. And they sit down and wrote that new prescription, new drug, new outdate. That's how they do it. And they give you free samples. And they say, I got some free samples. Take this, and if you like it, I will write you a prescription for it. I got all them samples of Viagra and Cialis because they get in there, the pharmaceutical giving so many.
No, they just smutting you out in the medical field, slutting you out,
No, I
guinea
was getting
pigging
it
you to the ground.
for my friend because he thought he
I
needed it.
tried.
And then he was like, y'all get this. I worked with heart doctors. And I used to get a free samples from the pharmaceutical rep for Viagra, and they gave me some samples for the Cialis because I was like telling them what my friend was having because I was always friends with the reps. They was always cool with me. I loved everybody, and they knew what they was doing. They was drug dealers. That's all. Here, the first one always.
Yeah, but I mean, the plugs of the street treated the same way. I don't understand. I keep
But
telling
you
you
gotta
that.
have a license, and the government gotta get they cut. If the government get they cut, they the ultimate plug. It's like when I'm watching TV, the drugs come in. Here, you want to sell this pharmaceutical. You gotta pay to let the drugs come in. You gotta pay the plug to get the drugs to come in, and you gotta pay the people that sell the drug. Man, the only person that get hurt is the damn user. The user.
Yeah, but we also got to make sure that we everything else got to be in place too, though. Like we can't keep leaning
Can't
on the
do it,
doctors,
right?
and then when you I can't keep hearing this conversation from people, and they be talking about this and that, their ailments and things they gotta deal with and shit like that, and then I look around in they cupboard in their kitchen and shit, or they cabinets, and I see a whole bunch of shit that show me why they suffering. So it's like we gotta, you know, everybody say all this mind, body, spirit all the time, but I don't really hear nobody. I mean, not nobody. I'm sorry, but I don't really hear people generally like following with that, like following up with that. I
Yes.
don't. You can't be eating the fast food and Happy Meals and snacky cakes and ho hos and cherry pies and all that type of shit, and be wondering why, especially if it's not coming with outside time, being under the sun, breathing outside air instead of the air in your house is recycling all day like jail.
I'm glad
You
you
know,
said that because David Green got a video. Can y'all pull his video up? Is his video
sure.
in the group that
Yeah.
talk about that
If
fast
you send
food
it.
tray? Go ahead, finish what
Okay.
you saying. The
Oh
fast
no, no.
food
I was just saying that. I was just
and
saying that
recycle.
in order for us to really, I realized that, and I stopped complaining about things and just started creating an alternative. Number one, I look at each thing that I had a problem with myself, or a problem with in life, or didn't care for, or whatever, and took the time to evaluate it and get out the way, so that can be something that I can focus on. If I don't have to worry about my health and stuff if I know that I'm not consuming certain things. I know that's just not in my diet. I know I'm not, and then I'm also helping myself with the outside time, breathing outside air, the getting out, exercising, getting under the sunlight. Like a lot of those things, you got to help yourself. Like you age your body and fuel it more, it'll fight off more for you, so you can not be. So we know we already talk about this fasting and stuff all the time. We already talk about like how beneficial that is for you. But doing all of those things is what keeps you A1. Like I would love to see a lot of people I know. Like I showed y'all my grandmother, her medical bag with all them orange bottles in there. I showed y'all that shit. I was like, damn, like this literally how much she go through and look. I don't. I'm tired of seeing people pop pills to keep them alive. Really.
Me
Like
too. I'm tired of
the
popping
people
them.
around me, I would know if the world fell apart. It's a few people around me. I'm like, damn, not nobody specific, but a few people around me that I know that will drop dead if the world fall apart because they need that medicine from the government. If all this shit stop,
Mhm.
I know I will be alive for a little while. Maybe not long because the world falling apart and I'm trying to survive out here with no, type shit. But if it did go that route, that's one less thing I gotta worry about, which is that diabetic medication or whatever not come. My dad insulin dependent. If you just stop being able to take that shit, man, your ass gonna die.
But the
So I just
diabetes,
feel like
it
people
well, it
get away from
depends
it.
on what kind of diabetes you got. You could control your body. The doctor told me if I lost 10% of my body weight, I wouldn't be diabetic. That's a lie, but that's the lie he told me, and I was like, oh, 10% of my body weight. All I gotta lose is 29 pounds. Oh, then I won't be diabetic no more. No, that's not true.
Well,
What you
you
gotta
can, yeah,
do?
people have reduced and removed the fact that they're diabetic. So the weight loss and stuff too, they have removed that. A lot of stuff
Weight
you
loss
gotta.
help, but it's not the weight loss that did it. It's what you take out of your diet that did it. You got to
It's a
stop eating
combination of
certain
the two.
things
It's a
and
combination of the two.
exercise. Yep, that's what do it.
Mhm.
And once you get into the habit of eating a certain way and moving a certain way, your body get used to it. Those are
I
good
promised
habits that you
myself
want to
I'm not
have.
gonna have to take any medication, so I'm taking control of my life. Yeah, that's looking around at my family members, and I'm picking up this from CVS for my aunt, or making a run here to go get this. That just naturally paying attention to everybody else and what they have to deal with just showed me what I didn't want. And I ain't faking on no. Don't get me wrong, I ain't faking on no Edamans and nothing. So when it come to Kenny comment with the cherry pies and shit, I'll fuck up some of them donuts and shit. I ain't saying you can't eat the shit. I'm just saying that you don't. I ain't eat no fast food and chowing down on no bacon and ribs and fatback and shit. But I ain't saying you can't have a sweet treat. But I actually want to get away from that because I look at how much sugar and shit be in it. Like for one serving of a one pie, I'd have ate my daily intake. Fucking with some
Oh,
of
you
that
had
shit.
the
That's
video up.
cancer. Oh, all right. You usually never notice that. I'm surprised.
You keep putting it on the main
Yeah.
screen,
Oh, all right.
and I'm sitting back and I looked at the main screen.
Oh, all right.
Not because I got high last night, but I'm just
Oh, all
saying.
right.
building a business with your own last name on it from scratch, and somebody takes it, keeps the name, then opens a new one up across the street just to put you out of business. That's disrespectful, ain't it? And that's exactly what happened with McDonald's. Listen up, because you're about to hear one of the most diabolically brilliant stories in business history. So meet Ray. Ray had problems with a capital P. He was broke, divorced, and 52 years old, selling milkshake machines door to door like Kirby Vacuum. And nobody was buying. Then out of nowhere, he gets an order for 6 milkshake machines from this burger spot out in Cali. So he pulls up on them expecting like this big diner, but instead he finds this tiny burger spot with a line wrapped around the block. So he's like, dang, man, it's cracking over here. Orders his burger, his fries, and a root beer. And then his kid behind the counter takes his money and gives him his food in like 20 seconds. Then these 2 dudes come out the back and they smile and go, I'm Mac. This is my brother Dick. Welcome to McDonald's. Ray's like, man, y'all don't have a restaurant. Y'all have a freaking gold mine. Y'all ever think about franchising it? He's like, yeah, man, we had a guy, but he had a heart attack a while back and died. Ray's like, put me in, coach. I'll do everything your way. And they was like, cool. And that was mistake number 1. Ray hits the streets and started pushing McDonald's like it was crack in the 80s. But here's the problem, at least for Ray. The brothers controlled everything, from the napkins to the ketchup packet. So Ray's just sitting there like, man, I'm over here building a dynasty. I ain't got no control. And they're over here paying me like a fry cook. And to make it worse, he's going broke doing it. So he tries to get some money from the banks and they wasn't rocking with him. So what's he do? He picks up the phone and makes a call. Ring, ring, ring. This is American Life Insurance Company. How can I help you? Ray's like, yeah, I need to borrow some money against my policy. She goes, you know, we got you. How much do you need? Ray goes, all of it. She's like, okay, we'll send a check right away. No credit check, no nothing. He takes the money, uses it to pay his people, and he launches a brand new marketing idea. A clown. That's right. Ronald freaking McDonald. Funded by life insurance money. I swear you can't make this stuff up. Now Ray's making it.
Barely.
Then he meets this guy named Harry Sonneborn. Ray walks in and starts pitching his vision, and Harry just listens. Then he drops a bar. He's like, Ray, you don't build $1 million business selling 15-cent hamburgers. You build $1 million business by owning the land on which that hamburger is cooked. You ain't in the restaurant business. You in the real estate business. Ray's like, excuse me? And together they start the Franchise Realty Corp. Not owned by the McDonald's brothers, just him. Now every new McDonald's, he owns the dirt, collects the rent, and the franchise fees. Somebody say double dip. Double dip. And at this point, he don't need the brothers no more. So what does he do? He pulls up on them like, I'm gonna buy y'all out. They go, we ain't selling you nothing. Ray's like, look, man, y'all built your little burger stand, have fun. But I just built a freaking empire. Offers them $2.7 million in cash, and they shake on it. But guess what? That handshake was never in writing. Word is, Ray promised them royalties for life. But since it wasn't in the contract, he never paid them. And just to be petty, Ray opens up a new McDonald's right across the street from the original one. Puts the brothers out of business with their own idea. And he used life insurance, real estate, and ruthless execution to do it. So what can we learn from this? We can learn that you don't wait till you're rich to make power moves. You make the power moves now so one day you become rich. Most people use life insurance to pay for their funeral. Ray Kroc used life insurance to build $1 billion empire. And if you want to do the same, comment legacy and I'll send you the same step-by-step play Ray used to build McDonald's from nothing, so you can run the play. Imagine building a business with your own last name on it from scratch.
That came from David Green. Go ahead, David Green. Thank you for that video, David. David.
Oh, you welcome. Yo, you welcome.
Thank you for that video. That's some interesting stuff. I'm gonna have to dip into my life insurance policy and get it cracked. How much you want to borrow? All of it. Damn.
All of it. Yeah, that's what he said.
Damn. Well.
Yeah. Sure, let's find out. I'm paying on 2 life insurance. I got one life, but paying for 2 of them.
That's the whole life insurance policy you can borrow against after you become fully invested. I guess after so many years, you could borrow the money.
What up, D?
What's good? What's good? I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Somebody done called me. Let me take care of
you good? You good?
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought they was gonna be talking about like, you know, how bad McDonald's is and their food. They was just talking about how the brothers got robbed. I never knew that. I always heard the story about how they started on a food truck and they, you know, how they grind to get to their restaurant. And then after all that, to know that somebody came behind them and took it from them, that's crazy. You know, it's messed up, but they've been doing it for a long time. You know, some people just smarter than most, you know, and I think the guy that got them where they was at, that was the guy who died. So I didn't hear about after he died, another guy stepped in and did him dirty like that. But it was smart by him. You know, his family gonna be straight for generations after. But damn, that was some cruddy shit.
My brother Big.
Awesome, like,
my brother Big.
We just smoked them, me and my family. I just had to go to jail. I'm like, fuck it, I just gotta go to jail. I can't just watch him on TV with this clown dressed up making money off my shit. Like, nah, like I don't get it. It's just like, did he take y'all formula too, like the burgers, or like how did it work?
He had the land. The man told him get the land.
Yeah, and he bought him out too though, and he opened another McDonald's across the street. Disrespectful. It's just like I gave him the formula too. Like you didn't watch Good Burgers, like that's why you never give him the formula. You know.
Well, he said, Molly, that he started off as selling them milkshakes, and he said, and they was paying him like he was on the fries. So he was like, I need to make some money. They making money off of his idea. Then he was like, oh no. So you notice he said you can have it your way. That's what I heard. That's how that Burger King got started. As a dip off of them too. I don't know who did nobody dirty. I don't know how no fast food restaurant got started except for Kentucky Fried Chicken and Taco Bell because I had to work there. But and we had to watch the video, the VHS video, sitting there, part of my training. So I just find it interesting, and I guess he was telling people that you don't have to be what you call it? What you call the people that buy stuff? I'm tired, y'all. So my mind is not clicking. It's not clicking. It's right here. Not subscribers. The people that buy the stuff are called consumers. The word I'm looking for sounds like. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Consumers. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. So we don't have to be consumers. We could be owners. Oh, okay, that's what I got out of it. But I ain't gonna do nobody dirty to get it. I do my dirt all by my lonely. I ain't gonna hurt nobody or try to, But he was mad because they wouldn't sell. He said, "No, we ain't cutting you in." So he was like, "Okay, I'm by the land that your shack sit on, and I'm go across the street and with a clown and wipe you out of business." That's messed up. That's some Burger Shack rejection right there. That's some old Sugar Shack stuff. Molly was like, you ain't running me out of business. I'm going to hurt you and the client. Oh, wow. David, what was your thoughts behind sharing that with us, Dave?
Well, I mean, I just, I'm like about history and stuff like that or whatever. And, when it was talking about how McDonald's was first made or whatever, I just found that interesting.
I did too. Trey, any thoughts on the video?
Unmute your mic and your voice will follow.
Yeah, his mic not muted. I think StreamYard just zapped his mic.
I don't know. Let me see.
There you go.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Oh,
there you go.
Did they put him out?
He telling us that white people shit, Weezy Wee. Diddy was doing this to people too, man. I heard a lot of people, when they get certain power, they take advantage of certain people when they ain't got the knowledge. That's fucked up. He could have helped them and they could have built together. He could have still owned the land and all that, but to bat him out and all that, he was crazy. See, Trey, you can hear? Yeah.
All right. I don't know what was going on. The earphones are cheap from the dollar store, so that's probably what's going on. But he was asking what I thought about the video. I just never heard that. I'm all into this is factual, so it wouldn't be conspiracy, but I'm all into like stories and backstories behind why businesses came to be and what made y'all choose to make this y'all product that y'all I like that type of stuff, the food industry type stuff. And I never heard that before. I never heard about the undermining. I heard about them coming together to, expand on their restaurants as a McDonald's franchise, but I never heard about nobody undermining them in terms of real estate. and banking off of them like that. So I never knew that store existed. So I appreciate that for just introducing something to the mix I ain't never know.
Wow, neither have I. So that's how the name Big Mac came about, and the McDonald's. I guess the guy that did it, his last name must have been McDonald. I don't know.
Ronald McDonald.
No, that was the clown name. But we don't know what the Burger Shack was. They didn't say the name, what it was before there.
I would have loved to taste some food from back then. Them pull up diners and all that stuff. I know that stuff had to be so good because everything was like fresh. It wasn't
I
pumped
can
up as fast.
remember the taste. I know it's not me being fat. It's just me
Nobody said
remembering that y'all ain't nobody ever remember the taste of something as the kid and how something used to taste so good.
Yeah.
And it was like totally different. My Uncle Junior, that's why the McDonald's cookies and them apple pies. What? The apple pies, the fried apple pies McDonald's used to use was delicious. And then they changed it and they started baking them. And then Popeyes started selling apple pies. So they went to cinnamon. I just ain't nothing but McDonald's apple pies with
Popeyes,
cinnamon
they had
on
a
it.
sweet potato one too. They had sweet potato pie with like sweet potato in the inside of it. Like,
I ain't never had that one. I had that cherry one before.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cherry cheesecake one, whatever. And that was good. I was like, oh, okay. I like trying new desserts. I'm not a big dessert fan, but I still like trying like new desserts. But that
When I
food,
started losing my motherfucking neckline, that's when I had to back up off that shit. I said, oh no.
that burgers,
I think I'm doing too much.
They burgers used to be good back then. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
And it's not like what you get now. And even when you open the bun, it used to be a real burger there on the bun. I don't know what's on there now.
Yeah, they too uniform now. But when I used to work at McDonald's when I was in Fredericksburg, it's ice. It's iced like burgers that are like, imagine if you stack maybe 7 or 8 playing cards on top of each other. They're like little blocks, like hockey pucks that are pressed down and steamed on a flat press. Like it's an arm that comes down, you press the button and back up from it. Ain't no spatula or nothing like that unless you scooping it up. But it just presses something that's frozen.
Spatula. Back in the day, they had they was doing the real stuff back in the day. Now ain't nothing real. Even the way like they fry the chicken at KFC ain't the same. The way they make their tacos at Taco Bell ain't the same. And the way they do their burgers at McDonald's and stuff in them, it's like more cookie cutter stuff.
I want to know who's
real. Now I like a real diner.
Because they said the McDonald's burger now can't go bad. Like
no, it doesn't, because it doesn't allow moisture. Everything there, even the onions are dehydrated. Like everything is pulled. When you can't build moisture, there's no mold. So the fact that their shit doesn't take in moisture, they can sit there for 5 years and not get mold or more.
Yep, I was
But
gonna
what
say,
about the bread? The bread should be moldy.
No, the bread is the same. Something that's weird about their bread and stuff too. Everything really.
I seen a video where, you know what I mean, they had a McDonald's burger and had it for like a couple months and showed, and they said
KFC,
yeah, they said no mold, no nothing, you know, it looked just like like they
There's
just
a video when a guy found on a burger in his pocket of an old coat that's been hung up in the you can look that up right on YouTube. Found a burger that was in an old coat that was in the closet or something, and just never moved or whatever. And
it was a Happy Meal in somebody's attic that still.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It just was. I know it was stored away for super long. Like they had no reason to go and get those coats.
Talk up, Rodney. We can't hear you. You low.
Oh, hold on. Let me change to make sure my mic working. Hold on. But it should be good. You can't hear me?
I
can hear you. It just sound like a standard sound versus that open studio sound you be having.
All right. How about now?
Yeah, that's it, though.
What's up? Is now? Yeah, my mic volume was lowered. I don't know why.
Oh, all right.
Molly must have did that trying to set me up. But nah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, it was a Happy Meal. Somebody found a Happy Meal, an uneaten Happy Meal in their attic, and it had been there for years and looked the same way. Looked exactly like it was brand new.
Molly got a little joint up too.
I wonder would anybody be bold enough to eat it.
I don't know if that's bold or stupidity, but yeah.
Or stupidity, but here is a video up right here. What happens when you leave a McDonald's hamburger in a bag?
No sound.
Is it supposed to have sound to it?
Rotted or decayed.
Okay.
The hamburger is. So you want to see my hamburger? It's in a box in my closet. This is the sack that it came in, and it was advertising a NASCAR race in 1996. So this dates the hamburger in its sack to 24 years old now. 2 French fries. Look like they maybe could have fallen under your seat a month or so ago. They've never rotted or decayed.
That hard as hell.
The hamburger itself, the bread has never molded. The meat has never rotted. It's never even broken. It's completely intact.
24 years old.
So, 24-year-old hamburger. Not sure what would happen if you ate it though. So you want to see my hamburger?
So, yep. The moisture is pulled out of everything, so it's not gonna
It's
mold.
like the dehydrated hamburger, huh?
Everything they have is dehydrated, onions and stuff. It says it looked like they're giving y'all prison food the way their containers and shit are labeled, like big ass letters, like army food or some shit like
Surplus
that.
food like that.
Yeah, it sound like that. Dehydrated onions. Like a motherfucker, but yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's McDonald's. Do they have one for KFC, Molly?
I know. I guess they're gonna get them biggie bags and them.
Oh, that's
them
Wendy's. That's Wendy's biggie bags.
Yeah, that's it. Oh.
Woo!
Look at you passing the Family Feud and the shit.
So you know, like I know that they don't make the tacos the way we used to back in the day, or the chicken. They don't, you know. So I don't know what they're doing at KFC. You used to go in the back of our kids, you could see fryers and everything. All they doing is picking stuff up. They look like came out the microwave. I'm like, well, where is the chicken press? Where is the chicken cook? Where is the fried for the crispy? You know, like the biscuits. Where do they make the biscuits? I think everything come pre-ordered or pre.
Yeah, like already done.
Yeah, from the factory. They're just putting the biscuits on a tray and putting it in the tray in the oven or the microwave or whatever have you. I'm like, we used to have to down there and make stuff. So I guess they get it from the parent company and just open up bags. That's how they did the taco meat, the steak. We used to have to grill the steak to make the steak tacos and stuff. We had to cut up the meat. Now they just
that should be the same shit they give you for tacos at school.
Yeah, they said they just open up the bag now for the meat.
Oh, was you just pissing, dog? What was that?
Nah, I'm in the who bathroom got over here like.
I didn't know what the hell that was. I was, I'm eating. I'm over here eating, so I wasn't looking. All I did was hear some shit. I looked, and your back towards us and shit. I was like, what the fuck? All right, my bad.
Yeah, piss everywhere.
My bad, sir. I apologize. I was about to say, Trey, you might want to turn your camera off. That's
I always do that. That's when my shit go black. Yeah.
But then when you started talking, I was like, well, shit, he know. I guess he meant to do that.
It might be.
Wash my hands.
Asked for it, and I did it. Today, I bought KFC to see how long it will take to go off. So what did I buy? I bought one piece of chicken because KFC is definitely about the chicken. I also bought a Zinger burger,
What the hell
which
is
comes
a
with
Zinger
some
burger?
chips.
She in London somewhere, baby.
And I've also
So she's calling it
bought a
chips
couple
too.
of wings.
Yeah, right.
So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to place it on top of my bookshelf, and we are going to see how long it takes for all of this to go off. So far we have a Big Mac doing fine at 8.5 months, a McPlant doing fine at 4 months, Domino's doing fine at 5 days, and now on the 18th of October, we've got KFC. You asked for it, and
All right, then
Okay. So how long can?
Oh, okay.
So she's letting it to see. Okay.
Trying to big people into watching part 2, part 3, 4, 5.
Trying to split it up. Keep people on that
She
page.
got the pizza up there. She got the McDonald's up there. And the Zinger burger. I don't know where you get that from. I don't know.
Apparently KFC, sweetheart.
KFC.
Oh, she said a Zinger burger. Oh yeah, okay. I'm thinking about never mind.
Oh my god.
They did because they did have a little Zinger sandwiches. It was like a chicken tender on a bun. That's what
All coming back.
That's what the Zinger used to be. Because I'm like, and they lousy fries. I know they fries are awful. Everything is just it ain't the same like it used to be. Nothing is. Nothing tastes the same. So you can remember how food used to taste when it was good versus now. So how come the cheese don't melt on pizza no more?
Who pizza?
When you get pizza from Pizza Hut, it used to be a time where the cheese was just gooey. Now it don't melt no more. And you can't. And when you try to warm it up, the cheese don't melt no more. It's just like I was like, what the hell? Did anybody? If anybody knows that,
They be out of business if that's the case.
it is the case. If anybody gets some, have y'all had pizza lately from Pizza Hut?
No, I mean no.
Like 2 months ago.
And you notice your cheese
A
wasn't
little
gooey
small one though. I had one of them little small personal joints they be selling.
Oh.
My personal pan, yeah.
And and we took the slice, wasn't no goo in the slice, wasn't no like the cheese thing. And then when you
got all the extra cheese.
You better send it back.
Yeah, that's what it is.
When you reheat it, the cheese don't ever goo.
Hey, you fuck my pizza.
You looking for the commercial, and you just need to.
How many five toppings? How many toppings you have on there? That's less cheese. You better get one just cheese then.
But you can't heat it up. The cheese don't get reheated.
Trying to get the cheese for shit like the
cheese, and the cheese don't. I put it in the microwave. I put it in the oven.
No, I haven't had. I haven't had Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Centuries.
Well, when y'all get it, think about what I'm saying. The cheese,
when y'all get it,
if you ever get it, the cheese don't goo. Well, you know, and it's like it won't melt no more. Like once it's melted, it's not cheesy again.
I know vegan pizza like that, but not regular cheese pizza. Like that's the whole purpose of selling pizza. Like I never seen it. Pizza back. If your pizza dry like that.
Yeah, the pizza places I eat at, they making the pizza fresh with fresh cheese and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's clearly like cheese. So
I don't go there. I stopped eating at Domino's because their pizza, their cheese look like it got herpes or something. They be having them dots all over it and shit. I've been stopped eating that shit.
The Quarterback Show. This is Rodney talking. He's giving his opinion.
It's not an opinion, it's a fact. That shit got them brown dots all over. We all done seen that shit. Go to Domino's. Look at that shit. That's my opinion. I don't like the brown dots. That's just my opinion.
He don't eat Domino's because it got the brown dots. And
I like making my own pizza, to be honest. It's easy to
like who pizza?
Make the dough. Make your own pizza.
Oh,
because you can buy like dough from Food Line, the deli. They give you balls of dough. You can make your own with a little tomato sauce and basil and shit.
Lido's pizza sauce if you want. I used to be lazy sometimes, just go in Lido's and buy their sauce and use that to make my pizza. It tastes better at home for some reason. Every time you make food at home, it seems like it tastes better.
Because somebody cared about it.
Yeah.
That love, you take the love in your own shit or your family shit.
I remember I made my son pizza burgers back a few years ago, and them damn pizza burgers was so good when we made it that, even Misha was over there to get some of the pizza burgers. We was like, we making pizza burgers like when we was kids. It didn't taste as
Y'all ever had the thing in the Y'all ever had the thing in a box that you used to be able to order for something in school, but
The fundraiser.
it was like fundraiser box, the white box. It's like
and that
It's a pizza kit. They do the pizza kit with the sauce.
There's a white box about this tall with the your bag of sauce.
And you put the stuff and the cheese and the sauce on the bread.
That's when the books used to come around with where you buy chocolates and shit like that for parents and people and stuff.
We
that was fun to do.
Seasonings. We sold salt, pepper, and garlic in a big container.
You should get into the dough and stuff, Reese. You be cooking and stuff. You should get into because I know if Sam's Club, Food Lion and stuff got it. I know Sam's Club, other places you might go to got it too, but Food Lion, probably Giant too, got them balls of dough in the deli. Shit, make your own flatbread pizza or deep dish pizza.
Y'all hear about the guy who's in college who started his own pizza company out of his dorm room, and all he did was sell DiGiorno pizzas on his campus. He was just buying a bunch of DiGiorno pizzas, and people would order them on Uber Eats and shit. And he would just heat them up in his oven, put them in his own box, and send that shit out. And
that's how you. That's how you
$4 or $5 and probably charged them $8.
There, he was charging them deliver on campus. He had his own delivery people and everything. So you want a fresh cooked DiGiorno pizza? He just had all the pepperoni, cheese, and opened up his own store and shit, and sold the DiGiorno pizzas right out of it.
Try to sue him for that or
for what? That ain't illegal. Ain't nothing illegal about that.
For taking a pizza.
He took it out their box. He didn't. He took it out their box and put it in his own box. Ain't nothing illegal about that. It's just like if you go to the store and buy Smithfield ribs and cook them and shit, and then sell the ribs. It don't matter. As long as they get their money, they don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
Who gonna say something about it? That's where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah, and what they gonna say? Shit, you buying their pizza? What they gonna say? They don't give a shit.
DiGiorno pizza though, right?
Yeah.
They know he didn't make the pizza. He's not trying to say like he made the pizza. They know he just made it was DiGiorno.
Who said anybody makes the pizza? You think Pizza Hut make the pizza? Fuck no. That pizza come in there already made.
But they supposed to be making the pizza.
Huh?
Pizza Hut supposed to be making it.
Who told you that?
They did.
A lot of things in this world supposed to happen.
They gotta get the.
Oh, so I guess they making the chicken tenders and the chicken wings and shit too that they selling, huh? I guess they making that too.
All I know that they used to make the pizza.
Nobody told you that though. That's what I'm trying to say. You assume that like these pizza places are coming out and doing it, but if they, half these places are buying it from another place and just selling it just like anybody else. You buying the burgers from somewhere else and selling it. You don't got to give them credit. You did your part. You paid for it, so it belongs to you. What you do with it after that is up to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All I got to say is I'm selling pizzas, $15. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling hot pizzas to your door, $15. Now you gonna sit there and ask me if I'm making it or who making it or what's making it or where I got it from? None of that shit. You want your pizza? Give me my pizza. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they doing in the door. But yes, Pizza Hut did used to make their pizza.
Okay, but they're not now.
So I'm not in the food industry anymore, so I don't know what they do now.
Okay, so.
But I'm saying, back then, KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, all owned by the same company, Nabisco. Back then, we had different protocol. Sometimes the KFC and Pizza Hut was together, they did make their own pizza, meaning they put it together, the sauce on it, and the cheese and the toppings.
That's not making a pizza.
Okay.
That's the exact opposite of making a pizza. Putting a pizza together is not making a pizza. If I take some dough, if I get now, if you made the sauce, you made the dough. You know what I'm saying? You cut your own cheese, stuff like that. That's more making a pizza than building a Mr. Potato Head of pizza.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
I'm just asking the question. I'm saying, what's the difference? I mean, just like you said, if Popeyes is getting the chicken already cooked, and all they doing is heating it back up, they're not making chicken. You know what I'm saying?
I said the KFC.
I'm talking about KFC. It don't matter. Pick one. Pick any one you want to pick.
But I don't.
The same philosophy is the same.
Right out the fryer, so they're not frozen, and they still got to season their chicken. The chicken come raw. They got to season it and process.
That seasoned chicken. That chicken seasoned now. It come to them seasoned. They don't season that shit no more.
Damn. So they don't.
That shit come seasoned.
Have that stuff soaking it and.
Fuck no, they get that shit pumped before it get there. That shit is pumped.
And all they do is flour it and fry it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I can verify that because
they got a seasoned flour pack. So the seasoning already in the flour. You ain't even seasoning the flour no more. The seasoning already in the flour.
That's why.
So they just open what it already is and put it to the thing and then put the chicken in it and fry it. That's it. They ain't no. Your own. They ain't no mix it. They stopped that because people was blackening it up. You know what I'm saying? Add their own seasoning, add some more seasoning, salt, and all that kind of shit. Who was the comedian that talked about that?
I don't know where you are, Richard, but shots go out to Richard. Richard at the Popeyes, he worked at KFC and Popeyes. Thank you, Otis, at the KFC. And he would put his own seasoning. Richard used to season the hell out
of it. Not a KFC shout out.
Yeah, from 85, Trey. She shooting out a nigga from 85. That motherfucker was dead. Yeah, Richard got locked up and been dead for 15 years. Yeah, that nigga. Meanwhile, he was the neighborhood pedophile getting whole chicken. Like, I got this chicken for you. Yeah, that's why she remember his ass. She remember because Richard was giving them that dick.
On all the chubby kids.
He used to bring. We working at KFC. And he used to bring us chicken from Popeyes. The people be like, "How you got eat chicken from Popeyes? And you working at KFC?" It was funny because the battle was on.
Hey Trey, he got Reese with the good old drumstick on a rope trick. Yeah, it came out. She came outside. There was a drumstick on the rope, and she was saying, "Oh, look at that drumstick! What's that? Oh man, that must be Mr. Rich's KFC. Some of that." He brought her right to his van and got her cookies.
Got her right in, chowing down on that 3-piece box.
So Richard, we worked there both. Like a lot of us had 2 jobs. Hold on, somebody at the door.
It's Richard.
Oh, Richard.
You done casted him out like Candyman and shit. You done said his name 3 times. He had the dough with some chicken, a fresh bucket. I'm about to be like, gotcha, bitch. Good old Richard coming in with the. Yeah, that's what it was. Ali Sadiq, you said that the motherfucker was in Burger King with Lowry's. He was in McDonald's cooking McDonald's burgers with Lowry's until he got fired. Hey, that's who it was. I knew it was a comedian that said that shit. That shit is hilarious. He said that. He said, yeah. He said it. He said I started off just seasoning my burgers, then the employees, and the next thing you know, all the burgers getting seasoned. That's why they stopped that shit. That's why there ain't no seasonings in that junk no more. Everything already seasoned and pumped.
Yeah, that's true though.
But we can continue talking about 1985 or whatever. 1985. What else was good? You remember when you had to rewind videos? That shit was lit. Let's talk about that.
Man, you can record over somebody's shit.
What they say? It's kind to rewind.
Yeah, be kind, please rewind. Exactly. Molly don't even know nothing about that shit. Molly was probably too young.
Nah, I wrote
Roll
that.
it, I know.
I wrote it.
Yeah.
But that's like me making a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch and telling people I created that shit. You know, like I just bought the box of cereal, bought some milk, and I put it in a bowl. But your kid gonna think you made breakfast. Like, yeah,
Right.
they
You made this cereal? Yeah, I made that shit.
Yeah, make all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Said be kind, rewind. Weezy Wee, who you talking about? She said you
How
missed.
about
Oh, somebody missed her. Shout out to him.
I think
Shout
Uh,
out to him.
Richard, I don't know.
Chow, in the comment before, Chow said, "What's up, Wheezy?" And she was just smiling that she already gave him a shout out.
Oh,
all right.
Chow said, I don't eat none of that shit. He said, like, rocking. He said, they got the real piece of shops. That's probably that shit coming from New York. Yeah, I got rats too, though. Hold the rats. Flies and shit.
What's up, Louisa?
They be having flies all in the shop. I'm like, no, I don't want that slice. She told, why? You said you want cheese, right? I said, yeah, but a fly done hopped on that bitch 3 times. Give me some out the oven, you know?
Yeah.
They put the slice back in the oven, kills all that shit.
Yeah. But I want to see it though.
Y'all niggas want safety. Y'all better stay at home.
Yeah.
You think these motherfucking factories this shit come from clean? Hell nah. You worried about that nigga? You worried about the nigga putting it in the oven? How about the motherfucker that was in the factory before you got that shit?
Oh, so you should bypass everything. So a nigga just throw your bird on the floor, pick it up. You be like, shit, go ahead, get it to me. Because I know it came from a factory and before it got there, ain't no telling. Fuck no, give me a burger. That shit hit the floor. I don't want to see it hit the floor. You know,
I got you. Well, you talking about an extreme. You talking about the non-extreme when you say a fly is flying in there. I don't want none of the fly because the fly flying in it. Yeah, the fly and hit that motherfucker when you pull it when you go outside to your car. What are you talking about?
Then that's on me. But I ain't gonna purchase a flying pizza that has flies on it already. Why would I spend
an expediter in the kitchen?
Yeah, like
one of the people that check. You sound like an expediter in the kitchen, like the person that check for the plate quality, and then try to be like, "Oh no, that's good. We're gonna go ahead and send that to table 4." Like, nah, that's the plate good right there. Go ahead and send it out.
Yeah, reheat that shit right on up. Don't worry about it. Heat that shit right on up.
Get it on the fly, send it
Man,
out.
I'm that nigga. All right, I ain't gonna say this out loud, but I'm about to say it out loud. But yeah, I am that nigga that a motherfucker tell me something wrong and I bring them the same goddamn plate and then they be like, "Oh, this is much better." I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
I'm that nigga. Sprinkle a little parsley on that shit, and like especially with pasta shit. I put that shit right in the pan, toss it, maybe add like an ounce more cream, toss that shit again, and put that shit right back in the same damn joint, right in a different plate, and the same shit, and sprinkle some cheese on top of it, and they be like, "Oh, that shit looks bomb." That same shit, man. Go ahead, yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I done did that many times of nothing. Hey, one time I went back there and banged some pots like I was doing some shit.
He's doing that.
Banged some pots like I was doing some shit and brought that motherfucker right back out. Same container, same everything. And they was like, "Oh, thank you so much. That looks so much better. All right, y'all have a blessed day." You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Sometimes people be on some other shit, man. That should be crazy sometimes.
Like I got friends, we can be outside, cook out. You know it's gonna be flies everywhere. That shit can be on their food while they talking. They just whop it off their food, keep eating that shit. I be like,
Hell
yo,
yeah.
Hey, a fly with you. Like, I seen that motherfucker. I was gonna eat him if he ain't move. Like this shit. I'm the type gonna be like, I trash my shit. Like I'm not gonna let a fly get on my shit. I'm gonna make sure of it. But if it do, I can't see it. I just can't see it. But they say flies shit every time they land. Or they vomit.
They vomit. They throw up on because that's how they eat though. They vomit on something and regurgitate it up.
And then I know that part. but I didn't know they pooped every time they land.
Nah, they don't poop. It was throw up. They don't poop.
Yeah, vomit. I know it's
vomit.
So if a fly land on your stuff, you can't eat it.
You can eat it. I've eaten it. You survive. You don't die. If Molly eats it, Molly got a weak immune system, so if he eat it, he might die. But how many times he done ate flies? You know, you eat fresh vegetables, they flies land on that shit too.
They be everywhere. It be in the vegetables sometimes when you clean it. You like, what the fuck is fly?
Oh yeah, you'll find a worm in your tomatoes. You'll find worms in your cucumbers and shit. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they want the same food I want. That's why I eat it. They ain't going in all that other
so
shit.
The thing you want it that way because you buy the stuff at the stores. You know why you don't see flies and shit on it? Because it got all them pesticides and shit on it. That's why you don't see flies in the grocery store.
That joint, they be underneath and be nets and shit.
Underneath.
Yeah, I be lifting them up. Now they be having them locked down. I lift them up like, oh nah, that shit terrible.
This nigga Molly can't eat shit. You won't go nowhere. Where you shop at? Man, this nigga. You just grow your own shit now, huh?
Nah, it's like using the same soap. You know, like when you find something you like, you don't gotta get different brands of soap. You get the one that fits you. Deodorant, all that. Ain't no point having 20 different brands of soap. I'm like that with eating. You know, I got a few things I like. Definitely smoothies, and I know I can get by with that. I ain't gonna die. So I just constantly eat those things. Sometimes I fast, and I'm good. But I know, like my system, they like to eat. They got to eat different things. They got to taste for different shit. So for them, it'd be hard. But for me, it's easy.
So, yeah.
You talking about, I knew you was petty. Or you talking about,
Rodney. About me, yeah.
Rodney, why they calling you petty? What you do?
Why are they calling me petty?
Yeah.
Oh, because I said that there's been times in the restaurant where people will complain about something and I just throw it in the pot and mix it up around a little bit and put it back in the same container and hand it back to them and they be like, oh, that shit's good. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be fixing shit, you know, sometimes. I mean, because sometimes
I don't
bullshit.
send food back. If I send it back, I don't want it back. They was like, you want us to read? No, thank you. We'll take this off the bill.
Yeah, look, they want something off the bill. My
I mean,
she like, we ain't paying for none of this shit. Like, how? She's like, what? They bring out like one tray, then the next tray. She like, take all this shit back. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. She like, no, they supposed to bring it all out at the same time. While I'm waiting, then this person's still waiting, and da. Then we end up getting all that shit free. They bring it out at the same time. But she was in that field, so she be knowing the little loopholes and shit they supposed to be doing. And if they don't do it, she gonna point it out. I'd be like, damn, I couldn't do it though. I'm just the type like, look, if mine's gotta come a little late, I'm cool as long as it's cooked right. But I don't want my shit sitting there because they still waiting for Trey and Beast's order to come so they can bring it all out at the same time. Yeah, but I never knew that, you know. But my aunt, yeah, every time we go out, they gotta bring all our food out at the same time. And if they don't, she gonna complain about it.
Well, she come to my restaurant, she show.
I'm gonna
tell her that shit right off the break. Because we tell anytime it's a table of more than like 4, we tell them your food's not coming out at the same time. Because our kitchen can't even hold more than 5 plates up there at once. You know what I'm saying? So we can't hold it. Like if it's a party or something like that, we tell them every time it's not, your food is not going to all come out at the same time because we don't even have the space and capability to do it. So
I was hoping this came today.
What the hell is that?
Pornhub?
No, my monitor for my diabetes. I put it on my arm, and I got
freestyle. The freestyle.
Yeah.
You a cyborg.
The monitor.
You have women have.
I don't have one on my arm now. I haven't been able to check my sugar in 2 days. So I've just been taking my normal amount of medicine that I take only once a day, my shot once a day, and watching my sugar intake. So I'll find out what it is if I'm doing the right thing. when I check my sugar, because I know what I do on my daily routine, and and not to adjust it because I can't adjust it. I might adjust it the wrong way, so I got to see where it was hitting. And because I eat mostly, I don't eat all day like normal people. Sometimes it go down too low when I should, because you ain't eat nothing. But I'm not hungry, I'm not ready to eat. I know I'm supposed to, but what they say we're supposed to. But anyway.
Well, I'm about to get out of here. I gotta get ready to go to work. I just wanted to come in, say what's up, trying to fix stuff around my damn house, but things ain't working out. So But anyway,
not working out. We about to go anyway. We've been on here for almost 3 hours. We saying goodbye anyway. Anybody got any shots out? David Green, July the 4th at Mizzo's.
Yep. July 4th.
I said it right.
Mizzo's. Yep.
And in my mind, I was saying Mitzi's. So I was like, I hope Mizzo's is right. David Green gonna tear the stage down at Mizzo's. I wish I could get down there and see that. And that's the 4th of July too.
Yep, 4th of July.
Anybody got want to ride down to see David Green on the 4th of July?
Somebody driving out there too. You know,
you doing on the funniest
churro joint or something.
You gonna use your theme music, David Green?
Not for this one. I will for the June 21st and Silver Spring Ring.
So what you got June 21st? You didn't tell us about.
That's the Bad Boy Flex. The Bad Boy Flex.
Bad Boy Flex. Oh shit!
Nice.
David Green gonna come out there. So Bad Boy Flex, the Bad Boy Flex is on tour, right?
Yeah. With comedian Corey and others. Yeah.
Oh, Corey
Chris. Yeah.
So are y'all touring? Where y'all touring? Or I know you on this show coming up, the 21st of June. Are you going to be able to tour with them when they go to another state and stuff?
I don't know. That would depend on work schedule and all that.
Where to go? Yeah. I feel that, but congratulations for being on this show. Shoot. Bad Boy Flex. Tell him to put that back down. Ain't nobody fighting. He got a back. Tell him to go out to LA where the ICE is at. Go out to California. They need him out there with the back. They already called the Marines and the National Guards. Going out there, Bad Boy Flex. Go on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Bad Boy be going for like 2 hours. I said, I've never seen a headliner go for 2 hours. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it out of shock.
Yeah, he got a lot of material, and he just, and just feeding off the crowd. Yeah, you could do that. Molly, do we got one more video before we skedaddle out? Well, I guess that means no.
I heard my name. What you saying?
I said, do we got any more videos before we skedaddle out?
Nah, that's it.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, he said. You talking about Weezy? Another good Wellness Wednesday. We lost Trey and Beast.
Trey gone too?
Yeah. I don't see Trey or Beast in here.
Oh snap!
Oh, that's cool.
Your boy Nemo is going to be on the 4th of July.
He's going to be on the 4th of July. Nemo the late bloomer.
Yep.
Where he at?
DC.
I don't never see him watching the show.
Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Started right, let your energy flow. High stakes rising like the morning brew.
Love you, Charles. Love you. Oh, tonight, LA Josh Preston show. 7 p.m.
Where you sleep,
That's tomorrow.
Today?
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Thursday. Okay. What time you gonna
Hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Bring your dreams alive. Keeping you in stride. Choose to wake up. This is your hour. Let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world comes dark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the morning show. It's the morning man. Where the time don't pass. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm. Hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the morning next show. Oh, where the time don't get your inspiration in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm, hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. Crack up the groove, keeping you in stride. No switch, choose to wake up. This is your hour, let your story unfold.